Hawkers combine. Thomas got out of a bind. Clayton Oliver out the side. Whitfield. He's got a little bit of room in which to move. He uses it to Callaghan. Has a look to half forward. They're 3-on-3. Toby's a long way back. Ball knocked to the front. And it's kept in by Briggs. Works it around to Gothard. Callaghan a rear fumble. McKenzie reinserts himself. Hard to win around the wing. Battle into the boot of Whitfield and under the lasso. That works for the Hawks.
That's part of the question around the rule, isn't it? With just dumb luck like that. Ambrosio feeding Sicily, so the big switch is on. Bailey McDonald has to wait for it to arrive. He's off now. Delivers for more. 4-goal game for him last week. Told us post-game that he wanted to hit the scoreboard much more regular basis, which he certainly did last week. Perez going to try back to the members' side by Barris. That's come off the side of the boot. It's a good time to do that.
It's just sorting out whether the Giants behind the footy are prepared to move from one side of the ground to the other, because this has gone a long way around this footy so far.
Animated already, Adam Kingsley. His team just slipping 9 points behind. Not a mark, not a problem for Sicily. Into the pocket again. Himmelberg picked the right time to leave his man, but he dropped the mark.
He's paid the mark.
Well,
it's a touch.
Wow.
I think he caught one in the mid-drift. I think that's why he dropped the ball. Probably a little bit generous there from the umpire.
Hawthorn fans just having the realisation that the mark was paid. He comes away.
Lear has a run at the pack, not to be.
All right, so we want to keep an eye on whether the Giants, and here's this mark that's not paid.
Push.
Oh, he cops the elbow of his teammate, Sam Taylor. A little bit low.
11 times have they exited their defensive 50, the GWS Giants, and gone inside 50 once. That's a big win for the Hawks.
Reeves plants himself in front. Clayton Oliver going the Giants' way, but not very far, as you saw. Cornelio took a long time. He ricochets out into open space. Amon never had it.
Stand, Toby.
Stand. So Amon has had Ambrosio on the outside, didn't use him. He will venture inside the 50 instead.
Tastes like coffee.
Chol set himself underneath. Taylor decisive.
He's got his timing back, Sam Taylor. He's missed a hell of a lot of footy. But so far in this first quarter, he's been so aggressive with his positioning and his preparedness to just leave his man and put his fist on the ball. So he looks to be back in a big way.
7 intercepts last week. Still without Jack Buckley back there, which is unfortunate. Ward,
Ward.
Newcomb on his left.
Oh.
And that's the result. More marketing practice for Harry. The defenders getting plenty of the footy. Unusual choice and execution. Iden on the tidy up finds Taylor. Similar situation just in the opposite pocket as they work that southern side of the MCG. Giants coming off 2 losses to St Kilda and Carlton. The Hawks coming off the bye, an impressive 16-point victory over Gold Coast. Morrison and Moore were pivotal in that. Cornelio leaves it behind. Perez tries to sneak in. Day. Moore. A greasy ball. A significant factor. Shevsky got in amongst it now. Whitfield again. He's already in double figures. Just a bit rough and rusty around the edges with their ball handling. Taylor kicks to Brown. Gave them a target. Barris does
Chop the arms.
So complete in defence when he's back there. Perez got a shove in the butt. No, the umpire says
it's in
it's
the
in the back.
butt.
He got lucky. Fumble put him under a lot of pressure. Free kick. Gets him out
in the back.
Games that's been played between the arcs. They can't get through. The Giants have had a lot of footy in their back half, but just can't get it through to the other end of the ground.
10
Pushing
free
the
kicks
backside.
Perez for Chol to have a leap at. McDonald keeps it going deep for the Hawks, but it's ill-directed.
And what we are seeing is the slippery conditions is making transition of the footy really difficult. Slick hand passes, hard to one grab. Marks, very difficult to take.
12 times they've gone out of their back 50 for one inside 50 entry. So inside 50 is a 15-5 in favour of Hawthorn. That's because they keep exiting the Giants 12 times and it keeps coming back.
Whitfield, no room to run there, so it's kick and hope.
Oh.
Himmelberg flew, Sicily the spoil. Ground ball turns the
Ambrosio.
way momentarily, then back the other. Bedford and Himmelberg shams it up the line. Toby is clean, forges a path. Bedford kept on coming. It's overwhelmed by the pressure. Dalton uses the numbers well. D'Ambrosio into battle. D'Ambrosio keeps on going. Kick it inside the 50. Deere couldn't get quite the run that he was looking for. Taylor, Whitfield, oh, it's hot down there. McDonald, great tackle. Deere trying to release, couldn't do it effectively. Whitfield coughs it up. It's a hot footy. Deere holds it up for a stoppage.
There's no orange tsunami. The tsunami's running up against the breakwater. Right slap bang in the middle of the ground. They cannot get through.
Briggs just belts it out of there.
Pressure factor
Ambrosio
193 to
turns on his right
188.
With mixed results, it gives them a chance. Lewis looked softly in the air. Clayton Oliver often knows where the drop of the ball is going to head. And I think Green held out there. Yes, he is. That's a free to the Giants. Quicker they realise that, the better. And Toby had a reasonable argument. Hawthorn actually had possession of the ball. James Sicily just
and
dropped
the it.
whistle
whistle had blown, and he elected to handball the ball, but it wasn't his. There was a free kick against. Should have been 50.
Instead, Green tucks it to Callahan. He did just ball winner. His ball use, even though it looks stylish, is still something he needs to get better with. Clayton just waiting and considering. Now it's Callahan's choice instead. Daniels leads up to him. That's turned down. Cadman is deep. So is Krzyzewski. Cadman is coming and leaping. Cut mark at the back. Brown. Green doesn't need much of an invitation. The scramble is only going to register a minor.
Straight out, guys. Everyone out. Toby. Keep coming, Toby. 5 more
Hardwick, his regular opponent over the years, and has started the game back tonight, probably for that reason.
It's an 8-point margin, plus 11 inside 50s to Hawthorn, which is their third best for the year in a quarter.
Amon goes for Lewis on the way out. Had a couple to beat. He got clouded and held.
I think what it is telling us, Gaz, is if they can get the ball forward, they look dangerous. The Giants, 5 scores from 6 inside 50s. It's can they get enough ball into their forward 50 arc?
45 seconds to work with for the Hawks. Lewis sends it down the line. Giants were pretty well set. Chull put it into a dispute at least. Briggs went the wrong way. Gave it up to Moore. Trying to create for Newcomb. Overlap hand pass. Didn't pan out. Amon had a charge down by Bedford. Clayton Oliver and Bedford trying to combine from the wing. Clayton Oliver was held.
Hold him downfield.
So it's...
Your kick, Toby. Clayton.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
It's your kick downfield.
Because he got rid of the ball and got
Downfield. To you.
held afterwards.
It's 50 metres now. We'll work all that out.
What's the 50?
What?
Was the umpire inside?
So it was the way the ball was kicked back, perhaps? I don't know.
To about here, Moff. He's kicked back. To here, Moff.
You see Sicily saying, what's the 50 for?
He just kicked it away. He didn't kick it to Toby Bedford. I said, Toby, you just kicked it anyway.
There you go.
So he's
And
gave away 50
minutes,
last week, early James Sicily, and he's done it again. He almost gave another 50 away just a few moments ago. So Toby Bedford.
This would be massive.
Wouldn't that be big?
The ball has lived in Hawthorn's half of the ground. He kicks this goal. They go in at quarter time, 2 points down.
Began his career, of course, at the MCG as a demon. Right on the siren. Sometimes a tagger. Sometimes a half forward. He needed to make better contact. Doesn't take the leg up that he's given. And the Giants can't quite close the gap. And yet Hawthorn could be even further ahead. As always, James Sicily, you've got to take the good with the bad. 7 points is the Hawthorn margin. So
sympathies with him there. He thought it was Clayton Oliver's free kick like most people in the ground did. He didn't just kick it anywhere. He kicked it to the man he thought whose free kick it was.
Well, the umpire said that he did say Toby, didn't he? That's in Toby Bedford.
Was he within earshot, though?
He's
pointing at him. He's pointing at him. And he's just dollied the kick back anywhere.
Well.
Just finds a way.
I was going to say, he does. He does. If there's a way, he will find it. All right, the Hawks lead by 7. And at the end of this round 16, as always, there'll be a lot to discuss. The umpires, the rules, and some footy as well. And look at that, Lee Montagna in an all-new AFL 360 as Gary has a little break. And, of course, Coaches Night Monday, followed by Jack and the team on the couch right here on Fox.
Sometimes luck just doesn't go your way. Your pre-game routine goes sideways.
Yeah. No new music.
Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. Feel my hourglass, bring me back when I'm not. In my darkest hour, the fleeting seconds before the storm, drained of all my power. Waves pinning against the shore, slipping through your fingers when I'm losing track of time. You're my solace, you're my rescue, sifting through the sands of my mind. Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. But you're my hourglass, you bring me back when I'm not here. Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. But you're my hourglass, you bring me back when I'm not here. When I'm not Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. But you're my hourglass, you bring me back when I'm not here. Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. But you're my hourglass, you bring me back when I'm not here. In this constant chaos, the fleeting seconds before the calm pull me deeper under until I'm falling into your arms, slipping through your fingers when I'm losing track of time. You're my solace, you're my rescue, sifting through the sands of my mind. Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. But you're my hourglass, you bring me back when I'm not here. Minutes feel like hours, feel like days, feel like years. But you're my hourglass, you bring me back when I'm not
Work boots, established income.
19-year-old Jack Dalton will never forget Friday night footy in round 16 of 2026. The youngster in his third game. And the snaffle his left foot through for his first AFL goal.
Goalski.
More regular goal kicker Connor McDonald gave us another example of his sense around the sticks. The Hawks dominated the territory 17 inside 50s to 7, but didn't fully capitalise the margin on Friday night footy at quarter time. Is 7 points against the Giants as we head down to Cameron.
Thanks, Hutto. Well, guys, you mentioned Taylor, Sam Taylor, and what he's done this
Yeah, we
game
do it.
already. And we know that he had that massive injury on the State of Origin game. It's taken him a long time to get back. And you just spoke about his timing and his ability to come off at the right time, put massive spoils on. He is the reason right now the Giants aren't down by 6 goals. He has been an absolute wall down there. 17 inside 50s to 7, and he's the man that's repelled a lot of them, or at least got his fist on the ball to make sure that Hawthorn didn't get a mark. So it's great to see who I believe probably the best fullback or the best key position defender in the game is back. And this man here, isn't it great to see him running around through the midfield? 8 possessions, not huge numbers, but what he does with them is absolutely class. And you throw him and obviously Newcomb as a tag team through this midfield, boys, and it's becoming one of the best ones in the competition. With that 5 contested out of his 8, that's what he does so well.
I know we don't agree on a lot as a
It is a
league,
really interesting
fans,
quarter.
players,
So
and
Said
you
you were
have the
Asian
Giants,
and young,
Jace,
and Red Band
one of their
came in his
slowest
pants.
quarters of
So
the year.
very
They were
exciting.
-2
You have a very
for
small
meters
face
gained
and
by
nice
handball.
white skin.
-2.
I
Given
enjoy
they
it.
had one great chance through the middle of the ground, they ended up with their only goal for the back half. They left their defensive 50 16 times.
What kind of
Now,
Asian
this is
are you? Are you
the
Thai?
basis of the orange tsunami. They
I'm
went
from
inside 50
China. I
twice.
love
Now,
China.
is
It's a
that
great country.
much credit to Walker? Yeah, been able to help them on the way through, but they've been very slow from the back half.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Whichever way you look
Excuse
at it,
me.
they're only a goal down, and they have been absolutely dominated
I'm building a
territory-wise.
huge
They're
ballroom
winning more
in
of
the
the
White
footy.
House
They've had more
because
possessions, although they're getting beaten at
I got
clearances.
big balls.
But their
Big
inside
hands.
50 tally of
Big
7
hands.
just isn't enough. But again, 6 scores
Oh, we're
from
not gonna
7
pay for
inside
it. China-
50s.
China's
They
gonna
just
pay for
have to
it.
push the ball forward.
So McKenzie with Callahan. Newcomb only had 4 disposals and no clearances in that opening term. He's had 18 coaches' votes in the past 2 matches, and he gets straight to work, but immediately shut down by Oliver and Briggs.
Oliver had 11 possessions himself, 3 clearances.
Hey, let's go.
1 clearance, 3 to Finn Callahan.
Newcomb head over the
Newcomb.
footy, trying to knock it toward. Cornelio came up.
Nick Watson
Cornelio.
with 2 disposals in the first quarter as well. He starts the second term on the
Cornelio.
bench.
Mick and Briggs form up. Callahan through the open space, probes deep inside the 50. Toby's trying to get out the back. Hardwick wears him
Toby.
close. Hardwick onto the footy.
Oh, come on.
Just enough on it. Morrison didn't get any purchase. Thomas knocks it out the side. Stringer trying
Stringer.
to link it up. Daniels went without it initially and then got stuck with it in the second attempt.
So Callahan's the one that's just doing the damage from a clearance point of view. He's up to 4 now. He's had 12 touches.
I'm backing out, guys. Watch my line, James.
Briggs clears the way. Sicily
Briggs.
spikes it back. And Meeks there to sweep the hand pass to Ginnivan. If that was set, it was beautifully done. And up now to Dia.
Who waits for Ginnivan, and the timing
Giddy.
was good. He can run the boundary and get it in quickly to Lewis. Mismatched the size, Ash did well.
Mummy
Joe!
Joe!
Callahan, who restrained him and is unrewarded.
How did he get rid of it?
Ash tries to clean up, but
Looks like a handball.
plays the handball. Hawks through Ginnivan will go again, spinning through the Callahan tackle, and now Ash has better luck, gets it clean out the other side. Cadman backing back, got both hands to it. Now the chase is on in earnest. The pace is with McDonald, but he's well matched the strides of Cadman, but unfortunately he's kicked this straight back over the line. Now let's have another look at this.
Callahan was massive back here.
2 tackles.
So come on, umpire. I don't know what you're doing there.
He
He
handballed
gets a handball at the end, but
20 minutes late.
he took an eternity.
And then he lays another big tackle, Callahan, not long after that.
Hardwick in an enthralling matchup with Toby Green, as they have been for many a year now. Dalton with his first goal in that opening term, and D'Ambrosio into Newcomb. Flipped it off the grass. Oh, that's not a great kick coming in. Gave Stringer a big look. Can he get it to Toby? Green flipped it up, but to no avail. Bailey McDonald went without it, so Stringer gets a fresh look. Able to somehow mangle it forward. But Green is dealt with when it arrived.
Little casual Bailey McDonald just went with the one hand in greasy conditions. Got to use both hands.
Rucks. Kieran Lloyd, hold the meter.
Cadman pushes back to full forward, being minded by Sicily for now.
Newcomb, Hawthorn.
Oh, that should cost Green 50.
Mate.
How is that not 50
Oh,
metres?
wow.
It's a couple tonight, one each way.
If you take the risk of disposing of a ball after a whistle, and you're only guessing which way it's going, you have to pay the price if you guess wrong.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Toby knows the whistle's gone. He gone and kicked it 60 metres away.
How do you have a player that loose after that long a hold-up?
Hawks fans will struggle to smile with that as Lewis. You can see what he's trying to do and connect with Deer, but the problem was Whitfield could see it as well. Huge opening quarter possession-wise. It's number 16 for Whitfield.
It did live in that half of the ground.
Fonte just to Thomas and back again. Speedy's on now. He has a bounce very close to Sicily. Drew him in nicely over to Stringer. Advantage paid. His teammate got in his row. Stringer released it deep and dangerous. Koszewski was how old he was. Advantage paid, and Toby Green has kicked a goal against the against the Hawks. Something he hasn't done in his last 2 encounters. Koszewski's been robbed of a shot for goal, so he's probably the only Giant that's not happy about that.
Hawks
He
should be
tried to take
smashing them.
advantage before Toby. This time he's
Come on,
allowed
man.
to. It goes the right way. It was just a really poor turnover from John Newcombe. He tried to square it up. He was looking for Ginnivan in the middle of the ground, and it results in a Coles goal to the Giants. He had an eternity of time, Stringer to pick and choose his mark, and that's a big win for Grzyzewski, one-on-one against Tom Barras.
He's going well, Grzyzewski. He's taken a couple of marks. He should have had a goal in that first quarter. If you can keep, and Tom Barras hasn't had, I don't think he's had an intercept mark at this stage, so he'll take that all night long. And that's a real good early goal, really important early goal.
Could have 2 goals easily, couldn't he, Max?
Yep.
He actually had good form. He only got
50.
dropped because Hogan came back into the team.
A 1-point game. Sicily meets it full-chested. Chance to drive the Hawks in deep and give them a leap at the pack. Knocked away, though, by Fonte. Ash underneath, links it up. Callahan was hot the moment he got it. McKenzie stuck the tackle. Newcombe, he missed Dalton, had to go back and win his own footy. Ward was hot. Newcombe under pressure.
Dominic
Forced the Hawks backwards. Amon caresses the kick. Deer couldn't hang on. Himmelberg underneath. Sends it away through Stone. His job to clear the area, and Grzyzewski is covering the ground well.
And he's bringing Barras with him regularly. Kicks to half forward. Callahan put in the hard yards to try and get there.
Well, Grzyzewski started in the goal square. Well, that's a bit of a worry. Lockie Ash. So we'll keep an eye on that. Moons will be all over it. But Grzyzewski took him from the goal square to centre wing then to take that mark.
Got a little shove, but he was able to guide it to Amon without his quick change of heart. He recovers okay to McKenzie. He walks around Bedford, did that well with a little swivel of the hips and delivery.
Mabio,
Chol. A block is applied. There's a gap to lead to, but Ginnivan, sneaky as ever, cuts the angles and gave them the third option, which was accepted.
Ash looks in all trouble up here from down here, guys. He could not get to that contest whatsoever there. Looks like he's got a big rock in his short.
Yeah, 100% right, Moons. And we're just having a look at it here. He's been tackled to ground. His ankle goes from under him. And he couldn't get back. He wanted to get off, and he had to go down, and he just couldn't get there in the end. So he'll be coming off the ground, I'd imagine.
You see the foot get trapped underneath him as he was tackled.
Couple of goals from 17 disposals in that opening round loss against the Giants. 11-12 for the season. Hasn't had his normal accuracy, but it returns as the Hawks get a needed goal in this second term, and it comes off the boot of Jack Ginnivan.
Well, I'm just surprised that
Chain.
Lockie Ash is not off the ground yet, Just.
He's going to try and work his way through it.
Maybe he is. He looked, as Cam Mooney pointed out, you can just see him hobbling across centre half forward here. Had he been able to run, he would have been able to intercept mark this. And we're not, there he is in the just coming out of the centre square. And he can't go with D'Ambrosio, so he makes the decision to come in the middle, and he would have cut that off had he been able to run.
Oh, the dream.
But he's not. Jack Ginnivan kicks the goal. He's staying out there. He must know better than us.
It's a big decision to stay out there, isn't it?
It is, because he...
I'm just watching him now. Gee, he still doesn't look great.
No, he does not.
45.
They don't get to the next one.
45.
Day trying to get through. Down in the tackle, McKenzie.
Hold on, Dave.
Connor McDonald
Too long.
is his opponent, and he should not stand still for the next 5 minutes, Connor McDonald.
Will Day, fourth game back, leaps into the kick. Watson positioned himself for the crowd. D'Ambrosio ended up with it slapped away initially. Dalton, though, has it. He's been lively. He got tagged. He dropped the footy. Lewis and McDonald, Watson. They all swarm to him. He can draw a crowd now. Angwin down in the tackle by Ginnivan, who keeps it trapped forward for the Hawks.
2 kicks, 2 possessions only for the Wizard. So Joe Fonte's doing a great job.
A good call on Connor McDonald, though, Gaz. He is running his heart out at the moment. He knows Ash is crook.
Deer back in the goal square. Daniels puts the tackle on McKenzie. Brings him to a halt.
And there's a matchup right here that's working for the Giants.
Briggs put it down the throat of Angwin. Hence the kick up to the wing, playing in front.
Hardwick.
Takes the mark. Cornelio not too happy, I think, with his teammates. Amon now with just about every player on the ground ahead of him, bar Barras, who's usually the anchor for the Hawks. Sicily into the pocket.
Darky.
Lewis is there, and Deer, he had a run at the ball. Day quickly onto him. Fonte, his opponent, therefore Watson had to be tagged by Ash. It made him nervous.
Worst matchup if you're carrying an ankle.
So 45,000.
Watson lurking, keeps it alive. Clayton Oliver's having none of it.
It's a good night for matchups, isn't it, around the ground?
Yeah, it is. It is. We've got Joe Fonte who would be enjoying the fact that he's got the Wizards measure at the moment, but he wouldn't want to relax right now at this stoppage. He'll be flying through here, the Wiz.
Meeks Jordan trying to set him up. He's looking for McDonald instead. It ricochets into open play. Iden closed it down. Taylor hung for a while before it reached Daniels. And thus Dalton could get there and shut it down.
Thanks, Brent. Coming out this way.
It's 25-9, the inside 50s, and it's 4 goals to 3.
Living there, 15 forward half intercepts to Hawthorn.
Day on the end of the Meek tap. He'll have to do a bit in flight. It wobbles for Himmelberg, who is able to release Harrison Oliver.
Who comes away in his third game, kicks to a genuine one-on-one. Sicily
Cadman.
got worked over by Cadman. Did his work early, able to filter through. And now Cornelio, the ex-skipper, takes it and is off. Kicks, good hard lead wide for Krzyzewski. Just couldn't quite stay on his feet and therefore couldn't take the mark.
So this is Jason's point earlier. 9 inside 50s for the Giants. They've scored, or 10 now, they've scored 7 times. They just can't get it in there, Chief.
Jesse Hogan, of course, injured. Not there. He was targeted 14 times last week. Only took 2 marks. So it does make them unpredictable.
About 50.
Without him. Daniels hasn't really been able to have an influence so far in this game. Ian Ward that time. Last to their feet. Meek, beaten by Briggs. Oliver takes a 12-metre kick. Politely poked back by Hardwick to Angwin. Clayton Oliver will have another go. Got a bit more purchase on that one. Bedford outsized by Perez. Now here is Cornelio onto the left. High ball. Krzyzewski in the wrestle against Battle. They held each other off. And somehow Perez gets back and takes the mark.
Oh, I'm not sure he was even attempting the mark. He just put an arm up and it hit his arm and rolled back down onto the chest.
Safe kick for Hardwick. Pretty well set up ahead in terms of matchups. So McDonald darts forward just to break the grid. Connor McDonald lofts it down the line. Meek toppled over. Bricks made the spoil. Underneath, Fonte takes possession. Good hand in there from Day. Fonte tried to keep it in the clutches. Oliver hand passed it. Stone who hand passed it forward. Bedford out to Clayton. Oliver sets it up inside 50. Cadman. Sicily. Toby missed it initially.
Phoenix.
Got that onto it though. And it's the posts. They have left a couple out there, haven't they?
They look dangerous every time they go forward. So if they can start to win a little bit more footy, they'll feel like this game's theirs for the taking.
13 entries for 8 scores now. Sicily. He was pushing the boundaries that time, literally. Gets it back again from Morrison.
There's been no connection for either side when they go inside forward 50. There's been 1 mark taken inside forward 50 for the Giants, 2 for Hawthorn. The defences are on top, but there's just been no hook-up at all.
Oh, well up the ground. I'm not sure if he targeted
All
Dalton
right,
or not,
guys.
Where it
Welcome
landed.
to a
Oliver, bit too strong.
2K video.
Perez.
We're doing the chains. See what we get, eh?
6th game as a Hawks. Nice size, 187 centimetres, but solid unit, mature recruit.
Don't be a dupe. Don't be a dupe. Got some AFL on in the background.
Getting his chance. The absence of Josh Weddle tonight.
Point guard. Play game.
Still no Gunston up front.
Speed with ball.
Briggs with the tap. Day threatened as he often does. McKenzie ploughing away underneath.
Oh, Rondo.
He said for Clayton Oliver. Thomas back to Oliver. Nothing clean at all until this man comes on the scene. Day floats it forward. Hard work from Taylor. Commanding. Spoil. Knocked it away to Dalton. On the retrieve. Moore. And here's Barris. Hunted. Prey on the side of Bedford. He did it well. He wants to keep it moving. Plays on. Sends it forward. Krzyzewski. Gothard. Back to Krzyzewski. He has time. And he must nail this. The goal was at his mercy. He's missed.
That passage of play deserved a goal. The chase down.
All right, it's a 10-pack.
Barris was absolutely fantastic, and then they ran it. Probably could have had a bounce or a hand pass and run it all the way in.
Second behind, so it'll be testing his confidence because
he's playing well.
To kick both.
He's playing really well. He's actually got Barris taken. Well, Barris has gone to Toby the last time I had a look. So
traded.
That was a magnificent passage of play that he just didn't think through the last,
Otto
part
Moore,
of
wow.
it. They're hanging in okay here, the Giants.
Okay, I think so.
Lear rucks against
Oh, what do we
Reeves.
get here?
Reeves cleanly down to Newcomb. Releases
Dark
it to
matter.
McDonald out the side today. Bit of evasive
Power forward.
action, trying to shake Clayton Oliver, and
95
eventually he
close
does.
shot.
So Day able to
Maps.
get the kick coming forward. The grapple is on. Lewis the spoil. Giants have it covered on the outside.
What?
Ash and Fonte link up. He needs a bit of a reprieve. Or Watson, did he pull up short there?
Sam Perkins.
Keep an eye on him. Kicks out across the face of goal, and it is touched across the line.
I think the crowd thought he'd run too far. Watson is okay.
Cooper.
A good look at him at the moment. He's just hunched over. He's not going anywhere.
Try and explain
Howard
that
Isley.
when we can.
Reef.
Tap down from Reeves. Ginnivan buzzing around. Brown, Perez, bit of a standoff. Day, see ball,
Jalen
get
Green.
ball.
I've got a juke.
So for 27 inside
Emerald
50s and only
tube.
2 marks, this
Oh,
is
good
something
shake.
going to be frustrating. Sam
What is
Mitchell and
this?
his group, that they can't take advantage. So
What
credit
is
to the
this?
Giants for their pressure and their
Point guard.
defensive work.
Allaire
93
with the feet
play
now.
vision. Pass vision.
McKenzie closest to it. Squeeze a little kick out, but Fonte, drop of the ball
Ooh.
again, takes the mark.
He's having a
What?
night.
Look at the
so
mo.
far. I think David Hale.
Look at the mo on the
Doesn't look
bro.
like him.
Outside 5.
Getting more and more cryptic.
Oh, I thought it was 100. What are we
Angwin.
talking about here? What we got
Had a
walkouts
winner's
for
own this year.
diamonds?
Floats one out to the wing. And is that going to be paid to D'Ambrosio? No. Hardwick quick
Oh,
on the
run
turn.
it back and
Bedford
hold
continue
us
to
out.
pursue. D'Ambrosio again. Little lefty towards McDonald, but well played by Angwin.
Physio's been out to Nick Watson, by the way. He's
Dennis
shrugged him
Hobson
off,
and Jalen
but
Smith.
something's gone slightly
I think
awry.
we got the top up.
That's not a great kick. It didn't face
Oh, here we go. What is
so
this?
Hardwick's able to set it up in the Chol direction.
Power
Himmelberg
forward.
decided to spoil rather than attempt.
99
There's
post
the
control.
sameness about all the kicks going
Sonics.
inside 50 for the Hawks. They're just long bombs.
Yeah, so
I don't know what they're expecting in these conditions,
Lewis.
but there's a reluctance to lead into space and to try to kick to that lead.
yeah, Sam
Lewis.
Taylor seems to have them spooked. They don't want to go at the footy. They just been everything's
Flush
been halved by
zone
Taylor at the minute.
Lewis.
Seen it a couple of times this season, haven't we? In the Collingwood game and in the Bulldogs game. Ginnivan at the source. McKenzie wriggled out of the tackle.
Wow.
Newcomb fired from congestion, but there was no direction about it.
There you go, guys.
So
There we
this
go.
might be the Nick Watson question
Oh,
here.
that's
So
a couple-
Kieran called it.
Yeah, he did.
He just did a little hop there.
30.
He stayed out there.
Hamstrings, didn't it?
Physio's been out.
Super
Just
pack.
flexing
In the
his right
super
leg.
pack.
It's like Brent Daniels is hobbling around out there as well.
This will test it. It's fine. It is
Off the
absolutely
whistle.
fine, not hamstrung at all. Now he'll get it checked. Just one to leave you with.
Well, he might have been rope-a-doping him. But Joe Fonte has done a fantastic job. Oh, we've got another injury here.
Yeah, Brent Daniels has gone down in the middle there, guys. He's in all sorts. He's hobbling badly.
Let's have a look at this and we'll go to Daniel. So
He's moving okay there, guys.
Fonte just gave him too much. He's been playing him really well, but even at the start of the boundary throw-in, he was 10 metres off him. You just watch the separation here. It gets a little block from Lewis, and Taylor doesn't go with Watson.
Yeah.
He can't put any weight on one leg, Brent Daniels.
Yeah, it's that right leg, Chief.
It does not look good. Let's hope it's not serious, but
All right, that's it.
He's had no luck, has
That's
he?
it,
He
boys.
has had no luck at all in his career, Brent Daniels.
Who did we just get?
such an important player. Yeah, I agree, Hunter.
He's had his weeks in the middle where he's made a big difference to them as well. It wasn't me just hearing things. Wasn't there a bit of Harry Potter music played through the speakers after that goal?
Yes, it was.
Just adding week on week.
Going through. Okay. Man and left.
Warner.
So found a break in the middle.
Recent
Morrison
cards.
and McDonald. Drag of it by Clayton Oliver, but Bailey McDonald opened the space. Morrison shot it out. Ward might have got in the way of that. It was intended for Newcomb, who ended up with it. And Connor McDonald's into the lanes. Himmelberg best placed though.
Gee, they're doing a good job. Himmelberg and Watson are doing a good job defending the tools.
Grzelski pushed over by Sicily, who completes the intercept mark. Doesn't get beaten in many of the one-on-ones.
Grzelski's down now. He's rolled over. He's in a bit of trouble.
Newcomb
everyone's
back to Sicily, who is
Indian
clutching his
footy.
left knee. Grzelski. Sicily's put it in deep. Deer
Go.
can't get a leap at it. Aaliyah the spoiler this time. Dalton has kept away from it long enough by
How many
Iden.
goats we got?
I think he's going to have to come off too, guys. And I think he knows he's done something.
He had the look about a man who sort of understands the function of the knee, and he's not functioning properly.
That left knee. Oh, this is tragic.
It is. Oh, Giants just have this history, like through their whole history of injuries.
It just buckled. It just buckled when he was trying to push back against Sicily.
All right, that's it, boys. Thanks for watching.
When you watch his actual leg. So he just knew. He sort of rolled back over, and you just, God help me, no good. So Daniels and Gruszewski come off the ground within a minute of each other.
21-year-old out of contract at the end of the year. I think teams, Carlton and Collingwood, amongst a number of clubs, are really interested in him.
It makes it hard for tonight, but if you think forward, as Hogan's going to miss potentially the rest of the season, we're hearing, so they're going to have to make it up now.
Just hope that's not as bad as what it looks. And it happened on the furthest point, just about from the bench too.
Where's the buggy? Why haven't they got the buggy out there? Price of petrol?
It's a calf for Daniels.
Oh no, that's 6 to 8 right there. That's a good calf.
Just 6 games last year, Brent Daniels, after a stellar 2024 when he made the All-Australian squad. There's the wizard. He's still smiling.
We feel for that young man. All he wants to do is get a good crack at it. He had, in his own mind, I reckon, he had 8 weeks.
Oh.
This is the wizard here who's had a little stumble. Stayed out and then kicked a miracle wizard goal. So we're not as concerned about him as we are these 2 Giants boys. But Jesse, as you said, Jesse Hogan out, Max Gruszewski thinking, right, I've got 8 weeks now to establish myself.
Back in motion and holding the ball.
This will rub a bit of salt in the wound. So this is a test now for the Giants. So they're down 2.
They give Hawthorn 20 minutes to handball the ball.
Ginnivan and Watson.
They give Canelio bloody 2 seconds.
All of a sudden on a low-scoring night, it just opens itself up to 17 points.
Corruption.
So this is a real test for the Giants.
Just for Cam McKenzie, we saw him. Steve Canelio was not happy at all with this call. He runs around. It's going to take his very best 50 metres. He's given it a shot.
Oh,
a very good shot.
Wow.
Just his 2nd goal of the season, and one that just compounds the pain for the Giants. 3 goals to 1 now in this 2nd term.
It's part of the game we were talking about for Cam McKenzie. He had that opportunity in the first quarter. He misses what was a reasonably regulation snap around the corner, but that time he just played on, got himself running, got some momentum, and then bombed away from the 50-metre arc. It's a good kick in the end, and it's a really good tackle
what's that, mate?
to not allow the ball out.
What am I going for?
I
don't know.
Hawthorn's taken the tackler on. Not a lot of time in there, Cash.
How are you,
You've got to
mate?
be quick.
Finn Callahan's looking at him going, you gave maybe a child about half an hour in the first quarter. But this is
What's going on, Mr.
Hawthorn
Brock?
have got a little bit of the professional side that they are. Here's a chance to put their foot on the throat here.
Giants staring down adversity now. Newcomb, McDonald and McKenzie get to work. Morrison on the outside. Give the forwards a look deep. Moore's the deepest target. He might get the ground ball. Deer lends a hand, knocked off it. Dalton shares it around Ginnivan. He's the creator and the finisher.
Oh, giddy.
Didn't he love it?
I like the fact he backed himself here. He had a handball option on, but it was right to the boundary, deep in the pocket, and he knew if he could step back inside, he's running onto his natural boot, good angle to go back towards goal.
What are we
And
doing?
he was able to do that. So the long kick again inside 50. They got it through hands for the centre clearance again. This has been their pattern tonight, just long bombs inside, getting most of them to ground. Deer had a slight chance, got knocked out, smothered, and then you can see calling for it is D'Ambrosio, but he's a left footer right in the pocket. It's a better option, backing yourself in and getting that angle from Ginnivan. Well taken.
3 of the 4 goals have come from stoppage. So right now they're just rolling the Hawks. They're starting to get that more familiar look about themselves. The goals are starting to come on the back of the 2 injuries to the Giants.
Watson's back. He's residing on the wing for now. Ward using Day, and eventually he dropped it, just got a hand to it. So they back in dispute on the wing. Briggs trying to throw his weight around. Ward a couple of times by hand. He's got a nice bit of guile about him. Backs back and eventually does give the hand off to Morrison and swings the kick all the way across the ground where Ginnivan was waiting. Waiting for some overtures ahead. He didn't really find anything convincing. So back to Morrison again. Harry goes to Ward. Stringer doing his best to keep up with Jack Ginnivan behind him. As Ward places it into the pocket, just over Meek's head and short of Lewis.
So any slow ball, both ends of the ground, to be honest, any slow ball that goes inside 450 just ends up in nothing. You go and get a clearance, you might score from clearance. Hawthorn certainly have this quarter.
A tough night reworking the magnets as a result of that for Adam Kingsley. Stone comes through, starting to play some good footy, some continuity. Sicily did what he needed to. Bedford, a bit more like volleyball than footy for the moment, as we'll have a ball up.
Just a quick one down here, guys. So patella dislocation is what we're getting with Max, and obviously a right calf with Daniels.
Callaghan was a good touch, but the smother of Ginnivan was equally so, and he's able to put the Hawks back inside 50. Taylor had that covered. He is reading the angles especially well tonight. He plays it out in front of Thomas. He'll look up, and he's got support there from Brown. Cadman makes space at half forward.
Oh, Stringer's on his own.
Stringer is on his own. It's a shallower ball initially for Lear. Can he keep it in? No.
Yes, Sicily just came off there, guys, and Stringer absolutely took off, and Battle looked at Sicily like, thanks, mate.
Was he okay, Sicily? Moons?
No, he's fine. He's just coming up for a rest. It was just bad timing, I think, in the end.
13 disposals tonight for James Sicily. Footy on its way back, so chance inside 50 here. Try and create something. Bedford taking a fraction high, just ever so briefly. Last 3 goals the Hawks have kicked to make a break. It's at 23 points. Looped up in the air. Ward opens up for Amon. Territory taker, Ash eyeing it all the way. Didn't take the mark. Thomas, work to do. Fed it back to Whitfield. Rattled in the child tackle. Hawks fans loved it. Thomas tried to stand up. Now Ash on the back foot. Has the pace, but by the time he picked up the footy, McDonald was ready for it.
That nice high floating hand pass that you've just got to sit under knowing what's coming. Not fun.
Thanks, mate.
Briggs gets to work at the source. Just hammered it blindly forward. Morrison paddles it over the boundary.
Got some big possession winners on the ground. Oliver and Whitfield have had 16 each. Will Day, Mackenzie have had 14 apiece.
Whitfield had 15 in the first quarter.
Taking some responsibility for Callaghan.
Done fuck all this quarter.
The last couple of stoppages.
Hard game, isn't it, footy? Look at the faces of
What's
those
this
two Giants
talking
boys.
about?
Couple of forlorn figures there. Briggs not really to advantage. Clayton Oliver went without it. Newcomb and Day get to work once more. Probing up to Chol. He'll be able to look. Lewis has got the deep targets. Watson at his feet. Chol's allowed a few to get back there, and now kicks to the hot spot. Here from the side. Ball gets loose. Watson! Oh, he worked the angles ever so brilliantly. Career goal 99.
Well, guys, if you ever want to find out definitively if a small forward's got an injury, wait till they get a sniff at goal. And then you'll see whether they can run uninterrupted flat stick or not.
Well, we got our answer here. How quick does he boot the ball on this one? So you just see Nick Watson here. He turns around Iden, and then the ball here, boot the ball as quick as anyone in the game, because he's running out of space.
Yep.
Connor Iden can't do anything about it in the end. So you're right, Jace. He looked 100% there. He's had 2 moments. It's been hard work for him. He's only had 4 touches for the game. He's kicked 2 goals, 1.
Tell you what, it's a tough night for the Talls. You look at Toll 4 possessions, Deer 5, Lewis 5, Cadman 3, Brown 2, Stringer 3. Very difficult for the medium to tall forwards.
Kelshire sleeping is a bit out of sync, isn't it, at the moment? Newcomb and Day, great collaboration. Watson, he's got it again!
Well, he went to the goal square after that goal. He said, listen, I don't need any kicks. I'm the hot hand here in a low-scoring game. Get out of my way.
Old mate in the crowd. He's had a big day. He's watched the Socceroos get through to the knockout stage.
Which one is
and
the...
now he's about to celebrate the 100th goal of Nick Watson. And I'm not sure you could put together a better tape of goals for your first 100.
Brofo, if you're still there, mate, how are you?
He must be a
Watson!
wizard. There he is.
He's a wizard, Harry.
What a player.
It's 100 that compares favourably with the great small forwards of the era. He's got here so quickly. Boomer Harvey was in his 5th season in his 86th game. Eddie Betts, 5th season, 80th game. He joins Jeff Farmer in his 58th game, Nick Watson, and Stephen Milne set a cracking pace. Look at those totals by the end of their careers. That's the path he's on.
You suspect if Hawthorn are going to win a premiership, which they very well could in the next couple of years, Will Day streaming out of the middle to Nick Watson in the goal square is as good a look as you're ever going to get.
If he had a bat, he'd raise it now.
He would. The cap would come off, and I reckon he'd be a helmet man. He'd be just going out there with a baggie. And he's kicked 100 goals. And Joe Fonte, who had been very good up to now, has now got 3 goals against his name.
This has got right out of hand, hasn't it? Day released. Toby Green's gone into the middle to try to stop the Rocks. And that leaves Cornelio on Hardwick. And that is the hard road. Bailey McDonald put his head over the ball, ended up going without it, but forced a good contest.
And this is the right. Hawthorn are plus 20 in clearances. It's the fourth best opening half ever. That's where the rot's starting right now, from clearance all around the ground.
And 37 to 15, the inside 50s.
Woodfield
Nicole, what's up?
Forward,
Oh,
Cadman the release, Toby. That was clever work from Hardwick. Just put his foot in the way
Battle.
to stop it. Battled
D'Ambrosio.
Fumble just cost him a little bit of time. Tosses it down the wing, 2-on-2. Moore tried to clear the way. Whitfield was the reinforcements in orange. Ash, it's almost full retreat at the moment. Cornelio flips it out wide. Clayton Oliver, love to link this up, and he has done. As Brown floats into the hole.
It's a great spot up, back into the corridor. This is a really important kick just to stop the momentum that is flowing against them. If Callum Brown can go back, and he is a beautiful kick of the footy, Callum Brown. You can see him, spots him. That's a great hit.
He's had a good half, Clayton Oliver. Him and Lockie Whitfield and Finn Callahan have all been huge.
Whitfield's done nothing this whole quarter. What are you talking about, Gary?
Low on disposals and low on goals, which is a bad combination.
Whitfield's had 2 touches in this quarter.
To end that run without, and it is a beautiful kick, as was forecast.
What is Gary talking about?
Something for the Giants on the way to half-time.
Fucking useless.
It's a tough night
Whitfield's
for the
had a
big
great
forwards.
half.
You've got to make the most of the opportunities
He's
that's
had
come your
3
way.
touches in the second quarter.
And he'd worked up the ground, drifted back inside 50. It was a really good spot from Clayton Oliver. They had numbers out wide, the Giants. Thought they might run it. But when you see an opportunity like that, you give Clayton Oliver credit for looking back into the corridor.
It's been a big second quarter for the Hawks. They've been inside 20 times. They've kicked 6 goals straight. So a really important goal. They do look like scoring when they go in, but it's just been prolific the other way. And repeat entries for the Giants. So they're 37-16 for the half. That's a discrepancy there.
16 is low, isn't it?
Well, they couldn't get out of their own back half for so long.
Holding Newcomb.
Makes connection with Newcomb. Restrained.
Turn it up.
Had a huge second quarter, John Newcomb. So
Free
he
kick,
was
Hawthorn.
quieter in the first quarter, but this will be his 12th touch, and he's got rolling again.
Perfect dimensions on the kick to Ward. He was waiting for a runner either side. Morrison gave him an offering that was turned down. Strident lead from Lewis. He goes to Chol, and that was a little easy. Just had enough of it to be paid. much to the frustration of Harry Himmelberg.
It's a good spot from Daniel Ward. He just had to pick which target that he wanted. Josh Ward, I should say.
Oh.
My apologies. He had Mitch Lewis coming straight up at him. Would have needed a shorter, lower kick, but he saw Chol in the pocket.
Chol.
Really good kick, a good mark, good pair of hands, and now an opportunity to bounce back quickly after conceding the last goal.
A couple of goals last week. Fascinating battle with Mac Andrew. 2 goals in the opening round against the Giants, and kicked those goals late in that elimination final last year when it really mattered. Right now, they just want to keep piling on the misery, which he does not quite do.
Doesn't.
Looked like it was going to shake around, but hit the post.
So it's a good combination there. They got a really good lead, drew a lot of attention, and Ward chose to go ignore the first one and hit the second one.
It's one of the few times we've seen a kick to a lead inside 50 for the Hawks.
30-point margin. Oliver again to Cornelio and to Oliver. Possession 18 this time for the ex-Demon Premiership player. Iden. 20 seconds to negotiate. At the very least, not to cough up a goal. If you're a Giant, high ball down the wing.
GWS,
Free kick to Briggs. No, it's going to Cadman.
Yeah, you want to go quickly if you can find out.
Go.
There's 10 seconds
He can't
left.
kick it to himself, though, can he?
Might have passed now at that moment because he's gone short instead to Oliver.
That's 20 for Oliver in the first half.
Want to go the long way home. Fonte's kick of the half will be the last. And it's a 30-point margin. It's a tough night for the Giants in more ways than one. Carry on.
Yeah, well, they're down from an injury point of view, and that'll take a fair bit of emotional baggage into half-time as well. But Hawthorn did what a good side should do. They looked at the vulnerability, and from the moment those 2 players went off, they just dominated the game. Their clearance domination is just out of control, and there's not much the Giants can do about it right now. And they're scoring now from centre bounce. They're scoring from forward 50 stoppages, and Nick Watson, he's just got a whiff of maybe a bag of 5 or 6 in the nostrils. He's going to be hard to stop in the second half.
Yeah, positive for the Giants, though. They've scored 10 times from 16 inside 50. So if they can find a way to win back a little bit of territory, they are in the game. But that's a big if. They're winning lots of ball. The midfielders are chalking up big numbers, but it's not translating into territory.
Moons has got the wizard in his sights. So we'll find out. Maybe it was an ankle or a foot or something. Let's find out. Moons.
Yeah, thanks, Hunter. Well, Nick, we'll start off over here. Had a little bit of a limp. Everything okay?
Yeah, all good. Just a bit of a tight hammy. It was big. I missed all training all week, so yeah, just a bit of a tight hammy.
So when you came off, was it just quick go at it, or you feel all right?
Quick assessment and change up my role a bit. Try and avoid the long strides and keep the short strides.
Smart man. What about the 100th goal, mate? That was nice.
Yeah, it was good. Good to stick that off, and yeah, on to a few more, I reckon.
Hey, what are we going to do in this second half?
Just do what we keep doing, maintain the ball. It's a slippery deck as well, so adjust the conditions and hopefully kick a few more.
Good luck, brother. Thanks, mate.
A little bit more concerning than I would have liked if I was a Hawthorn fan, but let's hope that nothing comes of it.
All right, we will take a break. Big halftime coming up here at the MCG. And don't forget, it's a huge weekend for F1 fans.
Football. See. $3.95 delivery. Delivery's gone down. Where's the new burger? Wasn't there a schnitzel burger or something? A schnitzel? Wasn't there a schnitzel burger? Oh, what's PS2 playing? Wombat, sorry.
Meow. 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 How fast? Meow.
Let's go and say hello.
A40s, mate, A40s. Can you actually jump and shoot? This is crazy. Wow, this is cool. I actually don't mind this. Yo, Jester, thanks for the follow, bro. Oh, we need another mech? Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'll be right there.
Double kill.
So if you like games like Titanfall, how are you playing this on Xbox? Because it's available on Xbox. Hey, thanks for the heart, me. How you doing? It looks really good. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's multiplayer. Yeah, it just come out. It's pretty cheap. It's like $22 or something Australian.
Right there.
Yeah, it's multiplayer, yeah. Alright, so if you go to... Right, I'll show you the game. Is it on PlayStation? I believe so, yeah. So if you go to the store, right, and you type in Impulse, right? There you go. Okay. This game is a work in progress. It may or may not change over time on release of final product. Purchase only if you're comfortable with the current state of the unfinished game. Impulse is an upcoming fast-paced 6 vs 6 movement shooter, right? And I believe it is on PlayStation. It's cross-play. It's also on PC and PlayStation. Yep. Go get it now. It came out 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and it's only 6 gig. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's only 6 gig. What the hell, bro? Oh my God! Light up your world, dude. Thank you so much, man. What are you doing to me? What are you doing? Thank you for the gift, bro. What a ledge. Thank you, Soxy. What a legend. Go give my good friend Soxy a follow. Yes, it is on PlayStation. Bro, check out this game. It's called Impulse. It's on Game Preview right now on Xbox. There you go, guys.
Footy. Table saying that it's slippery, it's cold. Let's get deep entries, and that's exactly what they did. They put the Giants defenders under pressure, and if they didn't mark it, which we've hardly seen any marks inside 450, something that they're known for, they brought it to ground, they took the stoppage, and they scored off the back of that. So it has been a coaching masterclass.
The Harvey Norman
Interesting
halftime
M
highlights,
rating,
even like the way he talked about it. So we did it last week, and we're going to do it again. We sort of left the open question all week, and this is what we've seen, the Hawks stoppage goals.
Well, I think it shows different
different modes that they can go to. If it's not the centre bounce,
Softy,
or it's
thanks,
not
mate. I hope
that
you're doing
sort of
well, man.
that quick ball movement from half back, it's the 4 different stoppages. So yeah, it was a clear plan.
It's 17 plus.
And they've
Oh, okay,
executed
really?
it. I mean, they've only had one mark inside, so 2 marks inside 50, and the Giants have only had 1 mark inside 50. So it's either been from stoppages or those sort of break the paint type of goals. But no, this is the big win. I think you're right. I think it's been a coaching masterclass so far in this game.
And Tom, you've been studying the deep entries.
Oh,
of the
what's
Hawks.
this crap?
Yeah, well, the weather is playing the part and playing into their hands. But as I said, at times I think with Gunston and the disconnection,
so you got these mechs, you got to wait till they build up, I believe,
which
and
they
then you
don't
can jump
have
on
tonight. They've looked to hit that bridge kick, so that kick that's between 50 and 70, which then opens up all different kicks or field kicks inside with less space inside the Hawthorn forward 50 tonight. They're just embracing Joel and Lewis. They haven't had their Dio, they haven't had their greatest games, but their role tonight is clearly to be able to compete, to bring it to predictable spots in the ground, and then allow the Hawthorn small forwards to get after and pressure and create, which they're so good at doing.
And also what that does is restricts the opportunity for the Giants to rebound the ball. You remember that Ginnivan kick inside the corridor, Giants were able to go down. We haven't seen any kicks like that after that Ginnivan kick.
Scores per inside 50, so the Hawks have been far more efficient. So they've got weight of ball and they've been able to progressively turn it into score.
Oh, I think that's the challenge when you have a weight of numbers and you're just looking for that one moment where a defender or a midfielder falls asleep and it enables you to get a shot on goal. So that's just been, through sheer weight of numbers, we've seen how dominant they are, the time in possession, time in half that Hawthorn have been able to go down. And this defence has been under pressure. They've tried to create run and carry out of their back half, but they just haven't had any time and space. So they need to go to work. They need to try and generate some run. They need to try and generate some scores from their back half because they're getting smashed in clearance.
Yeah. It really is starvation rations for the Giants inside 50. Who's running hot thanks to Rinnai hot water heat pumps? Well, that is Lockie Whitfield. So at least one half of what they needed to go out of half-back is in operation.
Oh, he started the game like a house on fire. He had 16 possessions in the first quarter alone. So he found himself stuck on the interchange for 10 or 11 minutes there in the second quarter, which affected his ability to be able to be on the ground and set them up. So he's so crucial in terms of the way they like to attack from half-back. But the other point is that he disposes the ball so efficiently. So Oliver's had the 20 himself, but not anywhere near as efficient.
That shotgun is brutal, bro. That's a Halo shotgun.
Whitfield's running at 83% efficiency, so a really key part to their game. So they'll look to continue to try and get the ball in his hands as well as Ash if they can, but he's been super behind the ball.
Lockie Whitfield's been running hot thanks
Soxy,
to
yeah,
Rinnai. They have missed a couple of opportunities. There's a couple of posters. Grzyzewski's had those 2 chances that he just has to be kicking as he grew into his career before his night ended.
Yeah, I mean, these are important, especially when you're on the road. You don't have a big fan base here. It's dominated by Brown and Gold. Even that Toby Bedford one on quarter time, what that does to the energy of the group. So they had their opportunities, especially off turnover. Like this handball just has to go to Toby Bedford. So when you miss those opportunities, you're inaccurate in the first quarter. You're relying on some confidence that they get or didn't get in that second term.
They haven't had any luck throughout the course of this season, John Ralph, and that certainly rings true for the Giants again tonight. So their 2 crucial injuries start with Max Grzyzewski.
Hello, Jared. So I would never want to say that a patella dislocation is good news for Max Grzyzewski, but it is better than the ACL tear. And let's face it, that's what we all fear.
No, Killer Queen, this is
he was despairing. He knows the opportunity ahead
just
of him
come out. How are you?
Robbed from him. But you look at Dan Curtin, who suffered a similar injury in late January. He was back in round 9, which was mid-May. So this is probably a 3.5-month injury. It means his season is done, but it's not a 12-monther. It's another key tall. We'll talk about Jesse Huggin in a second, but Jack Buckley, Jake Riccardi, Nick Mack, and more to the point, a chance to re-establish himself in this team.
No, it's called Impulse.
He looked disappointed, didn't he? And I'm sure you're going to get on to Daniel as well, but he's had his opportunities tonight. Probably hasn't seized them as well as he could, but a fine young player.
It's pretty brutal. It's pretty crazy.
Daniel's had a hellish run, Jared. So, of course, the mystery abdominal strain of over the summer that needed surgery, and then
It's pretty cool,
hamstring,
though. I like
and then
it.
this
I'm kinda
calf
digging it.
concern. So you'd imagine he's going to miss 3 or 4 weeks. It's another terrible injury for a player who's got so much promise and he's so critical to this football club. You talked about Jesse Hogan too. So I reported this afternoon he is out for a minimum of 8 weeks and more likely at the end of the season. So if this club is to play in a wildcard game, it will be without his involvement in it. Jason McCartney, the club's football boss, tells me that yes, he fractured his finger in the 3rd quarter last week, but he also had tendon involvement, and so that means he's out. You'd imagine for the rest of the season it'd be a
And you
Hail
got
Mary
Titans in it.
and a
You
really
got, like,
deep run
robots.
for them to try and get back into this season with him being involved as well. So right now the Wizards kicking goals, they look cursed, and just one to watch is Nick Watson, who admitted to his mate in Cam Mooney. Doesn't he get him to say things? A little bit of a hamstring tweak, so we'll watch and see if he's ready for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Okay, for industry super fans, what are you looking for?
The weaponry's not too bad.
Oh, I think it's a response in the middle of the ground. I think they need to get that part of the ground right. So it's on Callahan, it's on Oliver, it's on the whole group inside that, because they're absolutely wiped off the park. So if you look at
So
the
these are
sprays
pathfinders?
that Kingsley can give, maybe he's got one up his sleeve for the midfield group.
Oh, I'm just looking for pressure and intent to come forward and play the game in their half. So plus 25% time in Hawthorn's half of the ground. I want to see the Giants away from home. I want to
Oh,
see
you
them
can use
come
your hammer
forward
as
and
well.
pressure
You
the
got like
ball
a melee
carrier
weapon,
and
which is a
take
hammer.
time and space away from them. So
You can actually
go
whack
down,
them.
if you're going to go down swinging.
Let's do that, yeah.
All right, so that's the challenge for the Giants. For the Hawks, you might say it's a chance to be ruthless with a vulnerable
If they have like
opponent.
just
So
a
the
hammer mode,
second
that'd be
half
kind of
coming
cool.
Friday
I
night
think that'd be
footy on
kinda dope.
Fox here from the MCG. It's the Hawks by 30 points.
You're watching Friday Night Footy on Fox. Brought to you by Industry Super Funds.
Now this presents a really good chance.
Fuck.
Five minutes remaining.
What is this? Impulse. Impulse. Yeah, Impulse has just come out.
A large Pepsi Max.
Mission failed. Your crew has been eliminated.
No. Yeah, it's just come out. Yeah, it just come out. It's just a new game. It's on preview mode on Xbox. So if you got preview mode on Xbox, you can get it really cheap. I don't know how much it is on Steam though.
There you go, Dollar. I'll be back.
Definitely different though.
Oh. Oh.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I just thought I'd try that out, see what it's like for you guys. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Take it easy, eh? Take it easy and sleazy. Bye for now.
Evening. finished off the hone edge, started and finished off the hone edge line in one night. Finished off our Litwick lines. Now we get Chandelure, which is going to be super cool. And we got our first of 3 Char Cadets as well. So, put in a little bit of work tonight. Now we will be back, obviously, tomorrow night shiny hunting as per normal. And then, depending on discussions that I need to have with Alex to see how I went, how everything goes, next week, so like next Wednesday, we may consider starting out like whatever Wednesday where it's still Pokemon themed, but it's Nuzlocke or a random game or something, like some other form of random challenge.
It's not a muck around, mate, Trey. Take it. Away you go. You don't get that back in Dublin or wherever you're from.
We do have farms in Ireland too, so.
So the biggest one's at the bottom, so I hope you've got a spare suitcase.
Pop lives the other side of Burley, so he can stay here with him. He'll be wrapped.
Who will it be tonight to claim Brownie's meat tray? I'm not sure if you can win it for a half of football. That's all Nick Watson. He is going to produce 3 goals, 5 disposals, but he has been ruled out, which is no surprise, Jason and Gary, given what he told us just before the halftime break, that he felt some tightness in the hamstring. Went back and kicked a couple more goals for fun.
Cam Mooney told what he told Cam Mooney had us all sitting there looking at each other going, how did he finish the first half? But he just said that he had a tight hamstring and thought that he could monitor the way he moved.
Well, you can't take any risks with a man like that. He's too valuable to the team, even if it's the difference between winning and losing. You've got to think long-term, big picture, and he is far too valuable. Look, there's a couple of players missing for the Giants. Gruchevsky and Daniels, we saw, suffered what we hope aren't super serious injuries, but they look bad in that second term, and now the Hawks lose Watson, so game on in the second half.
Well, you know what we need if you're an objective fan who wants a contest? We need the Giants' third quarter specialties, because it has been the question. It's been the quarter where they've been at their most dynamic, winning 10 and losing just 4 for the year, as Brisbane found out. Third quarter is underway. It starts with a Day kick forward and then a thumping tackle from Bedford on Will Day.
Let's keep an eye on Toby Bedford and Will Day and see whether that might be a matchup that Adam Kingsley's gone to here.
Reeves, well nullified by Leah.
Appears to be the case, I reckon, Jace. Though Will Day's had a sensational first half of footy, and Toby Bedford's now got the job.
He's a good clamp, Toby Bedford.
That's who's coming.
Toby Green up around
Sedan.
the ball. Newcomb starts the chain. McKenzie decides to kick into the space. Perfect for Lewis.
Well, we spoke about the kick from Ward to Chol in the second term, which was one of the very few times we saw a kick to the lead, and there's another. And that was a beautifully weighted kick from McKenzie, which just, he played to the open side of the ground, the fat side as it's called, and he basically just said, there it is, go and get it, Mitch Lewis. Nothing a defender can do about that. That's a perfect kick.
1 goal, 1
Oh,
last
good
week,
win,
5
Pelé,
disposals, which
Evo,
is a
I think.
season low. 21-18 in all. Getting closer to 100 games is Mitch Lewis. Kicked 5 goals in his past 4 games in total, so he needs to make every kick count. And that is exactly what the Giants didn't need to start this third quarter, but precisely what Sam Mitchell and the Hawks were after.
It's just the 5th inside 50 mark for Hawthorn and only 2 for the Giants at the other end of the ground. So we talk about the fact that they haven't been able to connect. It's going to present a bit of an issue for the Giants if they start to present the footy in this manner, because that is a beautiful kick, and it's another score from a stoppage. So we talked about the fact that they were plus 20 in the first half, which was a crazy result. And if they start to rack up scores from stoppages, which they were doing early in the piece, they weren't kicking goals. That was the only difference.
You don't see that big lead to the fat side too often these days, Gaz, because you can see if it doesn't hit the target, it can rebound very quickly, but it's such a good opportunity to hit the leading forward.
6 points for goal. 5 of them I should go to McKenzie.
Reeves down to Newcomb. Toby got a hand on it. Ali got it going momentarily the Giants' way, but Day was having none of it, all the bullocking work. It's Amon and McKenzie who linked up, drawing Dalton forward. Out the back is D'Ambrosio, but Iden read the play well. Up to disrupt. Had a devil of a time getting it. Left it there for D'Ambrosio. And that means Joel.
Joel.
In the hole.
Well, I thought he'd missed the first one. But he had bigger peripheral vision than I had, Jace, because he saw Joel just hanging out the back.
I've got to tell you, I love the contest from D'Ambrosio on Connor Iden. He went back with the flight. He brought it to ground without giving away the free kick. Then there's a fumble, and he's the one that picks it up and finds Joel.
There'd be 25 kilos difference there in that air, and he absolutely did an unbelievable job, D'Ambrosio, to make sure that wasn't intercepted.
15 goals for the season.
Oh,
he's been a 50-50 man in 2026. Mabior Joel to keep this momentum flowing.
Oh, Mabior!
So goals in the second quarter to Hawthorn were all the smalls. So you had Ginnivan, Watson, McKenzie, Ginnivan, Watson. Harvey Norman replay tells you that the big boys have said, right, enough of this. Yeah, the boys talked about the D'Ambrosio contest here, which is
Red
superb.
May.
And now the big fellas, Lewis and now Joel, are getting on the end of it. Clever kick that, because Lewis was going to be one-on-one with Sam Taylor, who's given up nothing.
Talk about a start to the third quarter. 2 centre clearances to nothing. 12 possessions to 1.
Forward, I reckon.
2 inside 50s, 2 goals.
Nick Watson is a spectator like the rest of us.
Toby's in the middle. Lockie Ash is in the middle. Ash has gone to Will Day now.
There got hands to it, volleyed back by Newcomb with his boot. Good reflexes.
Wizard was off.
From Bedford, the two Tobys combined. The pace needed from Gothard. Back to Green, clean take. Able to shake off Perez. Only just then lost the ball on his footing. Ash came floating through. There was Hawthorn players everywhere. Ambrosio again, he's having an excellent season. Running hard as always. Nifty hands over the top, getting a bit fancy. Dalton, they're running the boundaries hard. And this man can power forward. Bailey McDonald with the stain. And then unfortunately, the kick was just a little bit on the scrappy side.
I thought the bounce was ambitious because Leclerc was closing in on him, and then you're running flat stick. He's just couldn't get a decent kick on the ball.
McDonald and Dalton, couple of new names, just putting their hands up here.
So the next inside 50 for the Hawks. Does it result in the same result? Reeves or Winkle to kick the wrong way. And then McDonald dispossessed, and Thomas wobbles the ball down the wing. Cadman's in a grapple with Battle, and that'll be a lasso.
Stand.
So Battle just has a little glance around. Hardwick, the switch is right on here through Newcomb, and he'll look up and see out the far side Morrison. So the Hawks have set this up well. Moore is a short link in the chain, or back on the 45 to Sicily. He'll stay for Moore, who rolls and goes. Sicily does get involved. Hawks patiently build the ball through the middle. Ginnivan forward of the play for Moore. Out of a dead end, and now for the forwards to have a leap. Deere was behind, had to go the spoil. Callahan sockers it for Stringer. Angwin straight to Moore, and back inside for the Hawks with great effect. Deere unmarked.
So Lewis has got one, Joel's got one, and now Kalshadir has found himself on the end of a ball that we didn't see any of this in the first half. So the Hawks look like they've been a bit more aggressive, a bit more prepared to spread the field, make it big, see if they can find something open up, and then committed to hitting the target. So this has got danger written all over it here for the Suns.
Kicked a goal in the opening term, Kalshadir, for his second. The groans of the crowd.
Guys, a bit of news down here. Carl Amon has gone downstairs. We can't find him on the bench at the moment as the great man Dipper just sits there. We can't find him on the bench at the moment, so he's gone downstairs. We're just trying to work out what it is, so we'll get back to you on that.
Just as flamboyant. Barat Sanderson standing behind him, or sitting behind the Big Dipper. Wonder what wisdom they're sharing as Cadman comes out and takes the mark. And did it well and floats it down to Brown. Stringer's the deepest forward at the moment for the Giants, but that's kicking a bit away, although Brown is a big kick, and so it will get to Stringer. Joined by Briggs. Green succumbed. Oh, he got a boot to it. Sicily and Barris. Oh, Ward a fumble. Oliver sensed an opportunity. Briggs tries the soccer tactics. Perez knows where the boundary is. Desperate to get there. Cabin a good tackle. Canelio. Any which way? Alier, or will it be Green? Oh, Barris maybe clipped Toby on the way. Brown charging.
Clever.
Off the cuff. Little short pass is good. And Lockie Ash can line up for a second goal.
So, remarkably, this is just the 10th as Max Grzeski comes up. And 11th
pass just gets there.
11th forward half mark, not forward 50. This is just the 11th mark in their forward half for the whole game. So this is the dominance that Hawthorn have had. And I know the territory's been at the other end of the ground, but when it goes forward, they haven't been able to find a target. So credit to the defensive half. To say that they need this is an understatement. He's worked hard, Toby, but he hasn't quite got himself involved.
Pinched one earlier off the advantage of Max Grzeski. Toby Green, been hard going for him in recent times against the Hawks, but his team needs a straight boot, and a true one is exactly what he delivers. So something to cheer about for the Giants. Not a lot, but it just reduces the margin back to 37.
Well, we've marvelled at their conversion inside 50, turning inside 50s into scores, 11 from 18. What we haven't marvelled at is their ability to get the ball there, and they've got to find a way to start winning, in particular some centre ball-up clearances, where they're getting beaten 11-4. That is a hiding in any man's language, so they've got to win more of those and give their forwards more opportunities, because they are finding ways to hit the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, they've been smashed from clearances everywhere. Talked about it in the first half. It's 35-15 from a clearance point of view. You ain't winning nothing with those sorts of numbers.
Carl Amon back on, guys. Right knee heavily strapped, so we'll just keep an eye on him.
Knights had a significant turn already. Ash has gone into the middle for the Giants. He works Day off the footy. And passed it forward past Stone. Oliver couldn't gather, and McDonald sets Ward away. Inside 50 for the Hawks. Chol in the grapple. Taylor made the spoil. Callahan arrives out of the back pocket. He guides the Giants into open territory. Stringer, deft touch. Thomas. Wrong foots Morrison. Works the hand pass inboard. Stone confronted. Hammered it, hoping for Clayton Oliver. Ward just gave it straight up to Stringer. An unusual turnover. And Ash out the front. Toby confronted. Found a path. Sets it up for Canelio to have a fly. D'Ambrosio went against him. Canelio toes it out in front of Briggs. Grits the teeth. Barris the other way. Sicily with Brown closing. Neat little hand pass to McDonald, who links it up to McKenzie. The Hawks have nutted it out pretty well. Meek confronted, but got it back to McKenzie, who's hot. Oh, great tackle by Alier. The turnover does count.
Yeah, no free kick, but Canelio speared it into the 50. If anything, Oliver might have put off Cadman. Yeah, that's a clearing kick from Day instead of a mark inside 50. Well done, Iden.
Showing a bit.
50, well, that could have been 50 very easily.
Showing a bit the Giants here. They've had a good 3 or 4 minutes. Just won the ball back in their half.
Kelshadir came in and was well forward of the mark. The umpire deciding that he was able to just get a little bit of instruction instead. Iden.
Looks like they've planted Big Briggsy down in the forward line, boys, just to
with
get a
Alier
contest.
racking moons.
They've changed their mid. They've changed it up in the middle. Connor Stone and Ash were in.
Oliver delivery, beautiful.
That's a great kick. That's the one you're looking for. I mean, it's been hard to take marks overhead, but if you can get them on the lead, and he's still got his pace, Jake Stringer. That's a beautifully weighted kick. Now it's up to Jake Stringer to go back and give them consecutive goals.
Giants leading goal kicker this year with 27 goals, 21. He's been a leading goal kicker 5 times in his 2 previous clubs. He mixes it up with a dab hand. Nice little pass into Callum Brown.
Yeah, 3 or 4 Hawthorn players all looking at each other. No one wants to take responsibility. That is inexcusable.
Jace, that kick is on all the time.
Yeah.
When the players and the rest of the participants just concede that he's having a shot at goal, there's free players
It's on,
everywhere.
Gaz, but most players don't want to pass it off.
They never do, Moons.
John Barris did not look impressed. Callum Brown Kicked a lovely long goal earlier and does all that is required there. And a little bit of nourishment for the Giants. Can they turn it into something significant? 2 quick goals. It's back to 31 points.
I think their last 5 minutes has been really encouraging. There are options there to maybe drop your head a little bit and think that when it got out to 42 points, you got numbers on the in the injury list. And I reckon they've just dug in, and then Toby's dug in. So Toby's in the middle. They had Connor Stone in the middle. They had Lockie Ash in the middle. So they're going with a whole different group, and why wouldn't you?
So the Hawthorn backs came together for a little powwow after that goal, after that slip-up. And John Newcomb ran down and put his head in the little huddle and had a word to him. I wonder what that was all about.
Have a little hurry up.
Yeah.
About don't switch off, don't concede anything. So this is a big centre clearance here. They got one. They liked the look of it. Took a bit of pressure off.
Callum Brown followed the ball back. He's in the ruck. Meek largely unopposed. Brown plays ground level instead. Toby flings it forward for the Giants. Sicily took off early, tried to smother it. Knocked away of Amon. Sicily through the traffic. Morrison opens play up to Amon. Sweeps his hand pass down the wing. Deer brushed his way into space. Gives the forwards a look. He's gone for Chol. Spoils made. Brown's followed it down into defence as well, but Mackenzie's well perched. Brings it right back.
So Adam Kingsley's throwing the magnets around here, trying to find something, trying to get a spark going.
It's good, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, well, you can go one way or the other, Hutto. You can just have the status quo and get ripped out of the middle, or you can throw it up a bit.
He might back himself here, Carl Amon. You expect him to run. Oh, no, he's going to go for the pass.
He's softened his kick. Not sure everyone was on the same page. Meek low down. McDonald into the post. A bit like the Socceroos all day. Just a whisker away.
Thought Carl Amon might have backed himself just to run left of the man on the mark and bomb away from 50.
As Moon said, he came back with that knee strap, so maybe just...
Having said that, he used to play with that knee strap regularly.
Yeah. He spent some time off last week as well. It's 50.
Cal Shadir grabbed the jumper.
Hanging on to the jumper.
50.
They're just feeling it a little bit here. They just got a little bit of momentum, the Giants.
He can kick it deep, Callahan. Can he make it dangerous from behind? Brown got it.
He's paid it.
He's everywhere at the moment.
I reckon John Newcomb might wander down again in a minute. He's thrown him into the ruck, which I love. We all loved, and love the fact that they're trying something different. They've gone and won the last 2 centre bounces, which they haven't looked like winning all night. And now they've got their new ruckman having a shot at goal to kick back-to-back goals.
It's a big pack mark.
It's the year where everyone's having a crack at the ruck. Callum Brown can go games on end. You hardly notice him, as Jared said, minimal disposals and goals, but every now and then he can just pop up, and he's kicked his third. And the Giants are starting to mount something of substance.
Well, he's the one that's given them the spark. I mentioned before, after the last slip-up down back, when he had the ball chipped over to him, they had a little bit of a powwow, the defenders. Have a look at them gather here and have a look at John Newcomb. One of the skippers wanders down and says, what are you blokes doing? We need to switch on.
There's already another skipper there. But
yeah, I know, but he went down to have a couple of words, and now this is a monster pack mark. Have a look at the size of the pack. There are ruckmen, there are key position players. 4 or 5 of them flew.
This is great stuff from the Giants. So back into the middle, you'll see another different group. So Lockie Ash, Stone, Bedford, Brown. I don't reckon that's been a starting 4 that the GWS Giants faithful have seen too often. But they've had the last 2 centre bounce clearances.
A turn in the game, quite unexpected. Ash gets to work, and the Giants come forward again. Cornelio, he just missed the release. Got that. He's going to have to play defensively on Mackenzie and tie it up.
Thank you, Rux, Callum, Ned, kick pass.
Reeves soft drop. Newcomb and Mackenzie dragged off his kick. Brown's in everything at the moment. Tackled by Newcomb.
193 pressure from the Giants. There's a lot of pressure on early, both teams. Ramping it up here.
Reeves just held his ground. Mackenzie flipped it forward for the Hawks. Up to meet it. Whitfield, some sort of disposal to Thomas and out to Callahan. Here the Giants come again to the deep targets. Cadman set himself. Strong hands.
Wow, Jason. They had taken 2 marks inside their forward 50. And now they're starting to mark it regularly.
Well,
3 for the quarter.
It was just a matter of getting some ball inside 50. It's 8-7, the inside 50s in this term. They're coming up for their 4th goal from 7 inside 50s. Even territory, and they are right in this.
Aaron Cadman's first look at the sticks for 4 consecutive goals for the Giants. Cadman hammers it through. It's a rousing response. 100 career goals for Aaron Cadman. So the second ton of the night. He's in game 69, the #1 draft pick.
Now we get a shot of Adam Kingsley, because this is coach-driven as much as anything else. This is a coach that refused to just let things roll along and get out of hand. He swung some changes, and his players, importantly, have responded. And for the first time for the night, Hawthorn are under some pressure. So you come back in the middle. It's the unconventional setup still that has won, I think, the last 3 centre bounces. And they go with it again. So over to the Hawks. Newcomb in the middle. Day's been outstanding. Ward's with him.
Day's been on the bench up until now, Gary. He's back. He's had a good little break. And Aaron Cadman having something to cheer up. Adam Kingsley. Brown follows up, and Day straight into it with a tackle.
They've gone tall up forward, the Giants, and it's really separated the Hawks defenders.
Reeves getting it out. They've only got one 200-centimetre player in the team, and that is Kieran Briggs. Day, part of the chain. It's a chopper of a kick inside. Defended a couple of times. Whitfield claimed quickly.
So Briggs is playing forward. Lecalier is playing forward. He's got Hardwick as an opponent, and Cadman gets Sicily as an opponent.
Well, because Brown's rucking. Ginnivan, little offering up high. The wrestle is on. Dalton underneath it. Himmelberg's fist settled it. Whitfield about to be hunted. Realised the danger. Stringer was a target. He's got to get a hand to it or something. It didn't quite stay in, so that's as good as he probably could have hoped for.
Yeah, good result for the Giants.
Perez for company. Whitfield 22 disposals. Newcomb 21. Highest on the ground so far. Callum Brown and Nick Watson with 3 goals each. The Wizard playing any further part in this game. Here's Newcomb again around the clearances. Hawks edge all night. Oh, it's a sling over the line. It's going to help Newcomb and the Hawks cause frustration for Toby Bedford.
Part of the crackdown that we heard from the AFL about. Once they go outside the boundary line, it's total hands off.
Ward told to get it moving up to the Hawks' key targets. No mark this time. Meek into open space. Dalton will kick his second. He's got a taste for the goals.
Tell you what, he's a contender for the celebrator of the year too, and good on him. Kicked the first goal of the night. He's got another one after 4 in a row have gone back the other way.
He's got the Wizards' old number, 34.
I think you get the Wizards' stamp of approval with that celebration. There's some just unbridled joy that comes this way. So who is it there? It's the young Oliver, not Clayton, young Harry Oliver, that just lost track of him. And good hands too from Big Lloyd Meek.
And there's the answer from Sam Mitchell. He goes tall as well. So they've got both ruckmen on the ground. Meek in the middle now. Reeves goes forward. So Tall's hoping to come into the game at both ends now. We're seeing it work for the Giants every time they go forward. Wasn't a mark taken, but it was the big man that got the hand pass over to Dalton to kick the goal.
Pick 34, wearing number 34. Put a halt to the Giants' momentum. Aaliyah spectacularly tried to start it again, but Day puts things back on his and Hawthorn's terms. Floating ball behave itself for Dalton. Things are going his way at the moment. In his sights was Joel. Across was Oliver. Net by Moore. Aaliyah and Joel paddling back to McDonald. Immediate company.
You caught it, Hutto, beautifully. So Will Day's off the ground. They lose all momentum. He comes back into the middle and they kick the next goal.
Yeah, Bedford still with a watching brief. Hard man to contain. Ward straight onto the left. Give them a chance, Lewis. Not the bounce he was after. Making the provisions was Iden. Taylor. Awkward handball for Whitfield. Had to then just try and quell the situation with the dangerous Ginnivan lurking. And the margin sits at 26.
Ginnivan's kicked a couple himself. So Moore is going to be asked to leave the field. Yes, he's going to need a corner man.
Callahan waving from the bench as well. He's desperate to get back on.
Well, it was Callahan and Oliver they dragged out of that centre square. Both have been prolific ball winners, but it wasn't marrying up to a clearance win, so they moved them both out. Callahan went to the bench and Oliver went to half forward, and they all of a sudden got a bit of momentum.
Oh, clash of heads.
That's how the damage was done. So it's a boundary throw in. The Hawks deep forward. It was cut off by Ash. Just hacks it beyond the defensive area. So playing for territory, and then the race ensues. D'Ambrosio controlled it and then lost it. Oliver couldn't quite haul it in. Tackle laid on Stone, and Ginnivan wins out.
Got a mismatch with Reeves on Whitfield. He just wants to chip to him one-on-one. He doesn't want a bar of it.
Yeah, the Tools wanted him beyond that. Lewis Alier made the spoil. Himmelberg played for it and got the high contacts.
Yeah, and Ned Reeves has got the hands up in the air saying, why wouldn't you kick it to me? Give me a chance. I'm down forward. Kick it to me.
They just get out of there in the end. Callahan, it wasn't as clean as they would have liked. Eamon back to Bailey McDonald. That is a high ball if ever you want to see one. Himmelberg with both hands. He drags the mark down. 43 points was the margin at one stage. Eerily similar to that elimination final last year, where it was 42 points midway through the third quarter, and the Giants were able to reel all of that in before the Hawks were able to put the foot down, as they might again here. Ginnivan affected the turnover. Day gets it to D'Ambrosio. He's done a lot of hard work for everybody else. He doesn't get the glory. Maybe they could have made sure of it.
Nobody had a look. Mitch Lewis is in the goal square on his own, and nobody had a look. They had the numbers. They butchered a goal there, the Hawks.
That's the Giants forcing it out of the back half. Lockie Ash getting caught up in trying to make something happen, and the Hawks were able to turn it over.
Two posters for D'Ambrosio tonight. Iden looking to clear. He thought about the hand pass back to Whitfield. Goes the kick instead. Stringer had to win the contest, and I don't think that got touched on the way through. So the Hawks come up with it. Bailey McDonald. It's going to give plenty of ground to Barris. Hardwick. Hawks have got the switch set up relatively well, although Hardwick balks at it. Barris stays skinny. Bailey McDonald on the 45. Day had to wait, and he can take off as a result. Being pursued, arch the hip, slip the tackle. Day balks all the way through. He ran too far. Oh no, what a shame.
It looked like he ran too far. Yeah. He just didn't have time to get the bounce in. It was a brilliant finish, but the crowd doesn't like it, but I think he's run clearly more than 15 metres.
Chad Warner's just taken a deep breath too, because he's had the goal of the week tied up.
He's taken about 18 steps, so that's over 20 metres.
It was a point of contention last Sunday, I think it was, in the Saints game. A couple of correct calls. All day, though. Hawthorn, level of danger and weaponry when he is out there has significantly grown. Meek, an open hand, got it down. Thomas, all he could do was handball it. Works all right for Bedford, slapped it on the boot. Fast Stringer. Briggs works his way around Barris. Got the Sharon, slipped it forward, battle from behind. Brown's the danger man everywhere. Gothard denied. Puts an interesting tackle on Battle. Wild handball ends with Ash, who spots Canelio. Good fist from Perez. Enter Callahan. He's got the stride. Has he got the touch? It's line ball. Touch or go. And it's go.
It's a great finish, isn't it? They've surged here, Gaz, after conceding the first couple and looked to be in all sorts of trouble. They've surged big time.
Yeah, they have, and it's come about on the back of some unconventional positioning. So Callahan, excuse me, Callahan and Oliver go forward. Ash has been involved in some forward play as well. And again, Ash is up high. It's a really good effort at a spoil, and then Callahan just comes from the middle. And it's a great finish, some power. He is to the Giants what Will Day is to the Hawks. He's got to get as much forward of the footy as he can.
Thought the effort of Briggs on Barras was really good too, out on the flank to win that ball and keep it moving forward.
That's 5 of the last 6 goals.
Talking, Gary.
The third quarter specialist, the Giants.
Callahan is what Will Day is for GWS. No, he isn't.
21 points.
It's not.
Green gets it forward for the Giants. Sicily has it covered though on this occasion. Slapped it onto the boot and Ginnivan broke for the wing.
Aaron Cadman half asleep.
That's not a great kick, although Amon, yeah, they swallowed him up.
It's a lazy kick from Ginnivan, not what they need to do at this point in time when you've conceded 5 of the last 6. You need to take a little bit more care with the footy.
Running repairs all over the place. Soft drop, Meat does his own roving. McKenzie hooks it up in the Chol direction. Ginnivan across the front.
Giddy.
That is an awesome mark. Just sort of unsighted too late, and then to throw your hands up in the air and be vulnerable with an oncoming pack of players, that is a terrific mark.
You've got to be aware here. I don't think he's got the leg on this, Chief.
No, you wonder. Either that or he's going to run right of the man on the mark. So if you're standing the mark, get ready to move to your left.
Toby Green's aware of it. He's just out to the right.
Yeah.
So he'll search for the pass. Mitch Lewis came full-chested.
Well done, Cam Mooney. Just identified the fact if Moons knows that he's on his absolute limit, then these GWS Giants boys needed to be able to protect the dangerous space, and they didn't.
Let's kick the goal in this third term, Mitch Lewis.
My kids don't understand yet. You know, they'll watch some Sweet Life because I'll put it on. Brenda hates it, but I'll put it on. I said, "Oh, London Tipton." Like, yeah, it's fun. So they get that. But when they see Kevin, they always call him. You know, again, because the illusion's still there. This is 2 nights ago.
Taking moments when they arrive, and Mitch Lewis did just that.
Yeah, some moments are bigger than others too, Jerry. And that is a monster for the Hawks. When you've conceded all those goals in this third term, and you've had to lead deep in the pocket to get on the end of it. I mean, you can see Ginnivan thinking about it. Did he have the range?
Holy shit.
I mean, it's a great lead and it's a really good pass, but then this kick is of the highest order with virtually no angle to thread the needle with a drop punt. That's a big kick. That's an important kick from a Hawthorn perspective.
I agree. The play before is massive. So that is a beautiful finish, and well done.
I've got some AI questions. 4 facts, which are
just special. He went back with a flight, didn't know it was coming, and then marked it above his head clean as a whistle. It's just a special mark.
Hawks 8 goals, 3 from set shots. That's a little different to a few nights that they've endured this year. They're marching it forward again. McKenzie ill-placed. Good courage shown back there by Fonte. That's come off the instep, so Callahan a little bit more work than would have been ideal. He's always aggressive. He went over Ash. Instead, he had a longer target, a bolder one in Stone, who got the help required from Briggs. A fumble from Oliver worked pretty well for Ash. Can they get their dynamic hands together? It's a bit of a disrupted play, to be fair.
Lord,
Fonte
please protect us.
To Cornelio. Cadman might have a chance to get involved in the overlap here. Gothard, they didn't close on him. Green knew exactly where Cadman was. And that's those footy instincts that has served Toby so well. So as big as that last kick was Lewis, this is equally, if not a little larger.
He's got unbelievable
Go on, you rat.
awareness, Toby Green. He's done this a few times tonight where he knows exactly where everyone is, and should the ball land in his hands, he knows exactly what he's going to do with it.
Cadman for a second goal. That looked pure.
Bang!
What a quarter of
Cadman.
football it's been. And the Giants have cut the margin back to 21 points. Cadman doing exactly as Mitch Lewis was able to do at the other end.
Hawthorn stopped, or is funny GWS having a go?
Inside 50s. That's extraordinary conversion. Absolutely brilliant.
And centre bounce clearance this quarter is 5-4 in favour of Hawthorn, which is a monumental change to what was happening in that first half.
You can see Sicily rolled up, trying to put pressure on. He doesn't impact it.
Yeah.
And then battles caught between, do I go up, do I go back? He half went and then he stopped. But Toby Green had the vision. He knew where Cadman was. It's been a huge quarter from the Giants. Impressive after losing a couple in that second term.
Maybe something encouraging at three-quarter time this week.
Rather than
nurture the efforts.
Yeah, not certain.
202 pressure rating for the Giants this quarter, 10 inside 50s and 6 goals.
Mix swatted it forward. Moore had a mind to create the Giants.
The other big move is that Callahan went to half back when they did this big midfield rotation. He's had 10 touches and 322 metres off half back, which is enormous.
Clayton Oliver just couldn't get any purchase on it, so Newcomb sweeps the hand pass forward. We're all on the clock here. It's going to be in the balance at three-quarter time, insofar as it was 43 and it looked over and it's now 21.
Here we go.
Maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
Yes! Here we go.
Maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Cody Connors.
By name.
Ex-Twitch employee.
By name.
Was even involved in leaks. Twitch's reported reason. Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? You don't know shit. And it was obvious from your tweet. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not safety. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened.
So how is it that Cody doesn't get a defamation lawsuit for this? I think Doc needs to sue him. If you want to redeem...
Stock up for tax time with 10% off
Twitch messages, you can't send images.
Saturday. Shop in store or online.
What the
Only
fuck
at
is he getting on
Toolkit
about?
Debo.
Why'd you message him in the first place?
Last joke, Jim. What would you like me to tell? You.
I like the, maybe the one, why did the witch go commando?
No, thank you, Jim. We're not going, no. Why, Jim?
What's wrong with that one?
No, I'll go.
Fat!
Jim, I've got nothing to do with that. That's part A from Jim.
No, that's just an edit job from Matty. Billy!
Won't you tell that joke now?
Oh, no. Well, the boys liked it outside.
This is to Jim.
Never call us again.
Yeah, Jim. Even the...
Maddie's got rid of that, don't worry.
The cleaners weren't happy with that.
All right,
Jim,
what do we got?
A new joke.
Yes.
I've never told before.
Right.
So here we
Good.
go. You're very lucky on this day, Thursday, June 25.
Yes.
I've never heard of joke before.
Right.
I took my dog Jack out for a poo last night, Jim.
Oh.
That's right.
It was so dark, I couldn't see jack shit.
Mine was much better.
No, yours is too rude. Rude. But oh, Jackie boy, he got the job done, but I didn't see it.
Oh, my goodness.
Was that during your TVC?
Yeah, what? Actually, that's
dog
coming
poo.
up. The dog poo on the ground.
Why did the witch go commando?
Yes. Just comment. Last joke, Jim. What would you like me to tell? You.
I like the, maybe the one...
You're watching Friday Night Footy on Fox. Brought to you by Steel Blue Work Boots. Established in comfort.
What a great moment to start. And then slotted his first goal in AFL footy to get the Hawks underway. The Giants venture forward there. Tsunami run off halfback was all too rare. Lockie Ash was able to hit the scoreboard for the first time this year. a more regular contributor. He's always dangerous near goal, Connor McDonald.
You got to be the right side of the lines these days as the rules and regulations are enforced. It made a certainty of a goal for Cal Shadir, and then a nasty turn on two fronts for the Giants. Daniels with a calf injury, Grzelski with the knee. It'll have long-term ramifications. And Nick Watson pulled up shorts, which had a role to play, but not immediately.
It didn't seem to matter immediately. Goals 1, 2, and 3 in quick succession. His third was his 100th of his career before his night was declared over. And then after half-time, the
God, look at it.
from 30 to 43, suddenly the magnets were mixed up and they started to take marks everywhere, and the Hawks had plenty to talk about.
Just a stern word here or there, but it didn't halt the momentum of the
There's
Giants.
more.
That's a fine way to bring up your
Oh, anyone needs to
goal
score.
for Aaron Cadman, and then this tasty slider
Oh.
from Finn Callahan. And the Giants have made it possible from 43 down back to 21 at the final change. The challenge being issued to see how much further they might take it.
So
Gee.
we wondered whether Adam Kingsley would take the same path as he did last week. This is Adam Kingsley. I mean, he's not warm and cuddly.
Oh,
That's
nice.
no doubt about that. But they responded really well in the third quarter. Finn Callahan. So I think Adam Kingsley had a great game in that third quarter. Had a
Good
great
man.
quarter. Ash goes
Good
into the
man.
middle. Toby Green, Connor Stone goes into the middle, and Brown goes into the ruck, which meant Oliver had to go to half forward, and then the big one was Finn Callahan goes to half back. Has 10 touches, 5 score involvements, puts it inside 50 twice and kicks a goal. So, Jason, the fact that he changed it up was, I think, a real positive, and they responded really well. And then the Hawks found a way to kick, to share and split 2 of the last 4 goals.
Yeah, what I loved about that third quarter from the Giants was Hawthorn burst out of the blocks, kicked the first 2. And you
Well,
kind
that
of
card
thought,
makes
got
him
some
that
breathing
good. What
space there. It's
about,
going to be a really tough fight for the Giants to get back into it. But they were having nothing of it. They just put the foot down, started to win some centre clearances, which has been so pivotal to their ability to score. Once they get inside 50, they only went inside 10 times. They're able to kick 6 goals. So if they can continue in the same vein and win their share of clearances and territory, they're every chance of running over the Hawks.
And when they went on that 4-goal run, boys, where they kicked 4 in a row, 3 of them were kicked while Will Day was on the bench.
Let's go.
So here's Adam Kingsley and Harvey Thomas. Just getting some riding instructions for the youngster.
A fair bounty on the first goal of the term. Lear had his kick smothered. Toby just muscled it forward. Sicily came up, worked it away to Ward, and aim on Day. Confronted, dragged off it by Lear.
On the ball.
Giants totally committed. Stringer knocked it on and then went and got it.
Go,
So
Aaliyah.
a little fumble all the way
Go,
to the
Aaliyah.
10th goal by hook or by crook. Sicily stands his
Oh.
ground, dragged off it as well. It's still right there. Day trying to hold the forts. Giants keep their feet. Gothard works it around.
Didn't have it.
Doesn't amount to anything. Day, Bailey McDonald, Morrison out of the full. Great harassment.
Yeah, some good early signs there from maybe the words have resonated here. Lee Kalia, big chase down tackle early, made a statement.
Oh, 90.
So living the words of the coach, one fancies. Toby tried. Will Day was brilliant right across the boots. Newcomb hacks it clear. It will probably return to Giants' clutches. Oh, Will Day followed up with a tackle. First the smother, then the tackle on the all-time great Giant. That is a way to mark your territory.
Will Day, take a bow, Will Day. He's extraordinary.
And he knew too, Gaz. He's pumped.
Look at it.
Yeah, he's really punching him.
He was pumping himself up. No one else came to him.
Yeah, where were they? He's been missing that much footy now. He's just feeling it out there, this bloke.
Feeling it.
He goes up in your estimation every time you watch him.
He's like mild-mannered, isn't he? But he's so competitive. It's the trait they all talk about.
Ooh.
He's got plenty going for him, Will Day. Hawks led by 21. Ruck wrestle, just the sheer size and the mass of Meek. Against the athleticism.
Coach is like a caged lion down here at the moment, boys. He's screaming out everything.
Blake Hardwick on his own.
5'10". Yeah,
Return
stuff
to
like
the
this.
match. Certainly not lost on Adam
Ward.
Kingsley. Ward's kick looks a little wide.
So Lockie Ash is the corresponding at the moment, Jay. So Ash free across halfback, Hardwick free across halfback for the Hawks.
Going downstairs to go back upstairs is Adam Kingsley. Iden, not convinced just
Sharp
yet.
sense.
Where's the way forward? Tiny steps, no, not 15. Came springing back off the chest. No damage done. Callahan, again, he's just poked it up high for Cadman, who has the leap. Natural buoyancy, can't bring it down. He's back amongst it again. Morrison not letting go for anyone. Play on the call.
Hold on. Didn't have it.
Got worked over by Iden. Back over the line and out of bounds.
I don't like that.
Early in this final term.
Lloyd and Lack.
Fonty,
Just throwing their weight around, making their presence felt. Fonty on Deer. Iden goes back to watch him for now.
My God,
Taylor, the
me.
deepest defender. Chol, the deepest forward for the Hawks.
So much weight on this first goal in the last term. The belief that it would give the Giants and the comfort it might give the Hawks just to open up a bit of a break again.
It's fascinating with the Ash free and the Hardwick free.
Yeah.
Neither side have been great in final terms this year. Meek with the soft touch that time. Gothard.
They're having a go.
Angwin, Green. No one had much time.
Stringer.
Tries to make time.
Kick it.
And then Angwin kept on coming. The territory is taken. Briggs throwing his weight
big
around.
Briggs.
More than a match was Barris. Oliver just wouldn't quite get it as clean as he would like. There's that figure again with a full-on tackle from Briggs. Still up for grabs, literally up in the air. Canelio over the top. And battle is underneath.
The desperation just pouring forth out of the combatants.
Lloyd, back it out this way.
Wait, 6,000.
The Giants who have it forward. Newcomb is going to deny them initially. Good spoil straight back inside though. Gothard ran the gauntlet. Lost the footy. Must have passed it along the way. Morrison and Newcomb. Gothard gets to work defensively.
I don't think that was legal, was it?
It's inventive. We might be being kind.
Yeah.
So it's over before he gets the handball away. That's the problem with that ruling there. Once you've had Pryor, you have to dispose of it immediately.
Hovering
So
ground.
they've been given a bit of a clearance belting. This would be a nice time to try and score from a forward 50 clearance. The Hawks were able to early in this game.
Giants pushing for all their worth. Meek just held his ground. Stringer mishandled at the back. Meek fed it up a bit too fierce. Gothard's been known to kick goals all year. Just ran out of space. Canelio was right in his flight path.
Jake Stringer's the one that loved that again. The seas just parted for him over the back, and he double grabbed it and wasn't able to go on with it.
I think Hardwick thought
it's touched off the boot.
That it wasn't touched off the boot, but as you said, Moons, the umpires after a quick conference confirming that indeed it was. Meek takes front position, side up, swiped it back. Angwin, he's left, he's hung it up there, but it was always shaking the other way.
So upgrades them 3 times. 3 levels.
So they've got a spare here, the Hawks, so they use it on the way out.
It's battle to work out the angles. Sicily only just reached him.
Big spare on this side of the ground, but they go the other side.
So Amon takes the territory up the line. That's where Ash is camped.
Oh, it's a contest, mate.
Iden grabbed Deer.
Fuck me, mate. Fucking contest.
Like Hardwick is just given the instructions. He was loose that they needed to use on the way out.
Meek has planted himself, but Taylor, he moved the mountain.
That's a big win. Big win by Taylor.
Key forwards around the competition are getting very nervous with Sam Taylor in this form.
And here's the ball distributor once more. Ash has to get his kick away. He chose the middle. Deer made the spoil. Day is onto it. He didn't need the support. He hand passed forward instead. Deer works it backwards. Ginnivan, he does all the signalling, and now the following through. Lewis came out, got mid-front on, no whistle on the play.
Oh!
Holding the ball, all the rage in the stands, the Hawthorn fans here.
No, I
There you
think
go.
that's okay.
Oh.
I think he's just come back with a flight and contested the ball.
All of a
He
sudden, the
hit his
Giants
head
come
after
through
that.
the middle, but it gets broken up. Hardwick, now it's spirited towards Ward, who's going to finish it. McKenzie snaps. We wait. Will it bounce? No, sliding in Himmelberg. This first goal, the bounty is growing.
Yeah, it is. And Hardwick pushing up that time. Or maybe if he's got
one in the eye.
The claw in the face.
He definitely got clawed in the
I'm
eye.
sure that's a free kick for whatever it's worth.
Yeah, no, I thought we were talking about going back, frontal contact, but head high is the free kick.
Oh, Chol, the steal.
Saw a little bit of this from GWS last week. They gifted a couple of kickouts.
Well, you showed it, Jace, the stat early in the piece in terms of turnovers in your back half, and surprisingly, Lockie Whitfield and Lockie Ash are in it. It's because they go for so much.
Yeah. Adam Kingsley saw it last week as well, Jace, I think.
Yes. It's a familiar haunting. Mabior Chol finished the Giants off in that elimination final. It's chips in for this first goal. Mabior Chol claims the pot for Hawthorn.
Got it.
They just take a little deep breath, and they've been the dominant team for the majority of this night, Hawthorn, but they've been challenged in the second half. There's no question about that. It's been a much more spirited opposition, but that's a nice signal. That gets it back out to 27 points, and it comes in really far too easy a fashion. Well done to Mabior for having the game awareness to keep his concentrate and try and work out between the two who he was going to, and then his big mitt pulls it in.
Hasn't been a big night for him, just the 7 possessions, but he's got 2 goals and a poster, one that he probably would have expected to kick himself. So as long as you're hitting the scoreboard, you can still have
It
an
only
impact.
goes up 3.
We saw that on first crack last Wednesday, and again talked it pre-match. It comes back to hurt the Giants. And McDonald just slightly made life more difficult. A lot of double grabbing tonight in the greasy conditions. Angwin to Ash, sorting their way through. Kick down the line from Himmelberg to Brown. Maybe some chopping of the arm. That's what he certainly thought. Hardwick scraped along the boots to Sicily. Day has that extraordinary composure, the time and space, Pendlebury-like in some ways. Morrison claimed.
Throw.
And threw it away. And the out-of-zone umpire saw it the same.
Next goal, massive. The goal to Hawthorn here almost closes the door.
Deer, full lunge. Ash worked his way across half-back, found a willing ally in Taylor. Oh, Cadman. Maybe put the hands in the back. Battle. And it's taken over the line.
Is that realistic?
Climbing over the top there from Aaron Cadman, trying to come in 3 deep.
A long way back, wasn't he?
To the next stoppage. Brown's gone back into the ruck. Toby Green coming through. Jammed it onto the boot. It'll take a bit of marking. Hardwick the spoil. Well enough controlled initially by Stone, but then knocked off his kick. Fed around by the Giants. Clayton Oliver inside 50. Can be an awkward ball to deal with. Cornelio.
Give it.
The share.
Kick it.
The snap.
Oh.
Well, he might have had a hint more time than he thought. Jaggy Stringer.
He had Toby.
No question.
Options. Got to take them.
Even more so as the clock ticks away in this final term. 26-point margin right now. Carl Amon. Searching kick to that southern side.
Go 95.
Joel, the uplift. Brings down to Sharon.
That's a big mark.
Quickly with a heads-up play to Conor McDonald. Deer further down the line. 15. So D'Ambrosio in a tight spot. McDonald helps him get out of that. And then to McKenzie. And Shaw of the handball. Moore's kick. Angwin across the front of Deer.
Mabior.
The arm of the ruckman involved there for the help.
Just to steady it up. Hawks push deep
Repeatable
forward.
7 times. We could get
Nobody there
7
underneath
players up
initially.
to
The
95.
pass was a bit wonky. Newcomb works it around. McDonald, Morrison, Amon, off a step. Got good purchase. Not the right angle.
It's a breaking point here for the Giants. Got to find a way to go the length of the field and hit the scoreboard. Another goal to Hawthorn takes them over 100, and that's the sign.
What is this?
So just massive 30 seconds.
What is
30
this
seconds
here?
to a minute here.
Outward bound via Fonte to the wing. It's well short. Hardwick.
That's the loose. That's the loose player, Hutto. So it's working out for
What is
Hawthorn
this?
right now. The Giants struggling.
They
to
haven't
get
given
through.
me anything.
Sicily, decisions.
Oh my God, they give me a supercharge back.
More charging,
They give me anything.
Can't mark at the front. Ambrosio. Pressure is immediate and effective. Poke back by Moore. Good hands from Briggs for a big guy. Oliver never really latched onto it. Nash, an interesting night.
Just gone professional, the Hawks. Just closing everything down here. Struggling to get any movement, the Giants.
Oh, Max 91.
Reeves, little underhand tap to Ward.
Went the fend.
And he's gone. Advantage. Ash takes it. Marches off with a plan undefined.
Oh, no.
Slight fumble from Harry. Himmelberg shakes the hips. The good
And-
effect. And they are on the build. Green. Yes.
Here it is.
Stand in the bind. All we gave Hardwick one on the way through, just for old time's sake. Lays it up to Cadman, who's got Stringer.
Stringer.
This is just must.
Those cards are right.
Callahan off half back again. He's
Put him
the
in a
weapon.
few
Try and
Evos.
give the ball to him at every opportunity. Try and make something happen.
That's it. See ya.
Oh, that's no good. Clayton Oliver limping off now.
Hardwick and Green are in
There you go. Give as good as he did. Jake Stringer with this testing shot. It wasn't great contact. Hawks have committed their numbers deep.
Oliver's just come off, guys, in some serious pain, as you can just see on that vision.
The casualty list just grows for the hapless Giants. They're having a real dip. 2 men down. The Hawks, we know, 1 man down. Now they only have 2 fit soldiers. It feels like battle. Whole bodied as he kicks that back into play. From behind, Reeves does enough, but straight to Green. He's going to get the booze to accompany every disposal. The Hawks fans love that smother, but they come again. Revived Alier to the square. They got a marking target. Oh, Briggs, he's taken out Barris. Stringer might feel like he owes them one. He's got to dig extremely deep here. Instead, it's McDonald to McKenzie. Over the top to the patched up Moore. Doesn't seem too concerned by Gothard.
Crowd's 35,238.
Oh.
The vast majority in brown and gold. They've been thoroughly entertained by
That's a
what's
week.
happening off the footy as well as what's happening
That's a
on.
week for Hardwick.
You got payback.
Blake Hardwick started it, and Toby said, all right, I'll accommodate you.
Newcomb put his head over it.
I think there might have been one earlier from Toby Green.
Been
His,
brewing.
the Oliver.
Oh.
That's the knee right on the inside of his knee.
Yeah.
So we're nearly under 10 minutes here. This is a really critical time.
Oh.
Yes, you start to think through it. It's going to take 5 goals, so...
And with the extra behind the footy, I'm not sure you can continue to play that way if you need to score 5 goals yourself.
Chol and Lewis were the targets of the long kick. Mick stood in the middle of it as well.
So you're trying to get run and you're trying to free Callahan up, which is all good and well. But when you do go forward, you got Blake Hardwick, who's just playing on his own terms at the moment.
Beyond the halfway mark of this final term, Reeves was hoping for McKenzie. McKenzie does end up winning it. Tosses it forward to no avail this time, though. Thomas released quickly.
Harvey Thomas is free this time.
Off to Oliver, slides one on the bounce. Brown has to go a couple of times, which he has the toe to do. Got away from Sicily, fed it back to Whitfield. Got enough weight through the kick. To Thomas again, down low. He's got options.
50.
He's a ruckman. He doesn't
It's
kick to him
50.
when
He didn't
anyone
stand.
inside. The quickest line to goal. Stringer's in the pocket. Thomas again for a 3rd time in this play. Doesn't quite reach with the Ward spoil. Hardwick that loose again, but that's not the best of kicks. Himmelberg, they'll come. He's got a short option on, and it is Stone.
Just needed a little bit more composure. Blake Hardwick had a couple out that side. Didn't realise how much time he had to pick a target. But this is a monster kick. They've got to get something going. Got to build that momentum again.
Oh.
Well done to Harvey Thomas. He was a free player in the back half who took the intercept mark and then got involved in another 2 plays on the way home.
Couple of goals last week, Connor Stone. Great to see him getting a bit of continuity. 5th game in a row for only the 2nd time in his career. But he needs to deliver. He got close to the man on the mark and just about lost his shoe.
Did not look good off the boot at all. But you're right, Hunter. Far too close to the man on the mark. I wonder if he was just a little worried about the distance, perhaps.
Sharon's gone, I think.
Someone just got a souvenir.
Yeah, Hawthorn fan.
I don't think he can get out going down.
No.
I think that's an error in strategy.
Yes.
So the Hawks survive another venture from the Giants. Battle with the clearing kick. Huge pack once more, and it'll be to the boundary.
He's back out there, Clayton Oliver. Still looks to be limping a little bit, but you know he'll fight through it. He's played a heck of a game too. Clayton Oliver's up to 27 possessions.
Just barely hit his boot on a stone.
Alia tries to work his way around Meek. Bedford underneath, put a step on. Relief Gothard. He'll send the Giants to all the hot spots. Stringer got up over the top of Sicily, who was taking evasive action. McKenzie onto it. They're onto him.
Oh.
It's just a swing arm crudely from Alia over the top of Meek.
Well, they've been absorbing pressure from about the 10-minute mark of the third quarter, the Hawks, and they're standing up really well when it matters most.
Off to Hardwick. Lots of interest up ahead. Reeves in the middle of that pack with Joel, Taylor. They need a goal in the next minute or two, you'd think, the Giants. They've been brave. 26 points. It's a significant gap right now. Gothard's giving it everything. Up around
What
the 40.
the fuck? Said I didn't have anything here.
Reeves, Alia rove to him. Bailey McDonald just overstepped a little. Newcomb more
So
short of
dumb.
hand to Moore. Snaps it up to half forward. Child, Taylor, some early rises. Fonte, one of those. Clean pick up Whitfield. Didn't really help Himmelberg, but the umpire will come in with the assistance of the whistle. And Harry Himmelberg to contemplate matters, but not for long. Back to Fonte. Relief man at half-time, I'm sure, with Nick Watson going from the ground.
Iden.
Oh, 50.
Ash working hard for him, but he comes back inboard instead. And Himmelberg, that's the high-risk kick into centre field. Gothard was the target. It came to ground for him. Brushed the day tackle. So Gothard with a chance to open the play up. Sags it for Angwin. Got a committal number of 2 forward. And they do through Whitfield.
They've dragged Barris right up the ground. That's a good result.
Whitfield rolls. Giants looking for a mark. Up goes
Oh.
Cadman. It went through his fingers. Hardwick dispossessed. Battle lends a hand. Cadman got a fingertip in there. Stringer couldn't halt the ball from going over.
There's a few tired players out there. Well, Barris very slow
Striker
to get
Mexico.
back into position.
Whitfield up to 31 disposals now. Some double figures in the first quarter. Battle watching Cadman. Where's it going to come from if it is for the Giants?
Jimenez.
The youngsters have been buzzing around. Thomas and Co. clearing kick from the day will work well for the Hawks. Important hand from Taylor.
Oh.
Himmelberg not quite to Ash. Angwin quickly had the cuffs put on by Ginnivan. And the defensive efforts enough.
Clearance numbers are pretty
Oh my goodness.
Nice work by Ryan Angwin to pull that out of Ginnivan. I'm not sure about that.
He initiated the contact and then got the free kick.
The best of the B-grade acting. Up to Ash.
Just saying, Hawthorn 52 clearances to 26. Double the clearance numbers.
Tradable.
10 goals, 6 from stoppage to 1 goal, 4.
An attempt at a shallow entry this time. Away from Thomas, it was not. Fell the way of Stone. Fed it back with Chol with a run-down tackle.
Ball.
Hawks have soaked up the pressure and soaked up the minutes. Rabiot's done his bit around goal in the air and with the tackling.
All right, now it's South America, I think.
Sure, I've seen a clearance discrepancy
No.
like that for a while, Jace.
Yeah.
It's been an
Oh, 4
absolute
hours.
slaughter.
Oh.
10 goals to 1, 2 from clearance.
Oh.
For stoppage.
His chance to milk the clock here for the Hawks. Hardwick told to go. Chol's in this pack as well, having a fly from the back. Newcomb positioned himself well. D'Ambrosio on the outside. Take the territory, set it up for Dalton. We just put it in the way of Lewis. Lewis on the turn. You know he could. He got knocked off his kick at the last. It was good pressure. Still has to be dealt with. And Fonte deals with it well.
And then takes off. That's the urgency required. Callahan can cover some metres with 1 kick. Green, he's got Jake Stringer loose at half forward. Toby always has the crowd engaged, and he has Briggs leading, no interference. Oliver kicks, praise, and his prayers are answered.
Goal.
That's That's an excellent goal on 1.5 leaks for Clayton Oliver. And there is still a little bit of hope and a little
It's
bit
only
of
20
life.
points.
Jeez,
What
they
the
took it
hell's
on
going
deep. I
on?
think it was Fonte that took the mark in defence, and he just went, even though he had a man ready to tackle him, he got the hand pass out. An aggressive kick down the middle that found Toby Green. I mean, that's a beautifully way to kick, but he still had to take the mark under pressure. Nearly gave away a 50 for moving off the mark. Did Bailey McDonald.
Yo!
Could easily have been a 50.
Dave.
And then a good
What up,
kick
man?
inside 50. It's not
How are you,
taken, but
brother?
this front and square from Oliver. He's played a really solid game.
He has.
Toby's worked out the only time
Oh.
now that he can legally get a whack in is when he takes the mark.
It's all or nothing from the middle here. 15-8 centre bounce in favour of Hawthorn, which is reflected all around the ground. So the Giants had a period in the third quarter where they did win a couple of centre bounces, but apart from that...
Some signs are abstract and some are just literal. Win. But it's the Hawks who are going to win the centre clearance, which has been part of the tale of the night. Day combines with McDonald up to full forward.
Mabiocho.
Good tackle laid by Moore and McKenzie, forcing the Giants backward. Callahan kept it alive. How will the umpires see that as a throw-in? Bit of niggle and aggro towards the end. Scholl dumps Callahan. Hawks have it trapped at the right end with 4 and a bit minutes to defend.
Does Chol look like a big
Movement of the
diva?
stoppage. Third hand passes Fonte. That didn't work. That's a low percentage play.
Yeah, that was always going to be dangerous, wasn't it? It's one thing to go at every opportunity, but that really had only one outcome.
Doesn't die wondering, does he, Joe Fonte?
No. What's Carl Amon thinking here? Soak up as much time as he's
Top
allowed.
the square.
And then give the tools a look at the top of the square.
There it is.
Planted himself, knocked away from him. Giants had numbers at the drop. Gothard, Callahan, Whitfield and Clayton Oliver, who is just going to turn it over. That was the signal for a fair catch by Battle.
1 goal apiece in the last quarter. The Hawks will be happy with this. In fact, I reckon Sam Mitchell will be thrilled with the performance tonight. They've been challenged a couple of times. They've lost their spark at half-time. Nick Watson had kicked 3 goals in that second quarter. Looked like he was going to blow the game up. And they've been able to steady when they were challenged.
High ball to Ambrosio. That came loose, absorbed plenty. Gothard. Excellent this final term. Oliver. Taylor. Hawks are lined up again. Briggs has been wholehearted. No mark for Kelshadere. Time to blow the whole thing up, perhaps.
It's an interesting sign, isn't it?
Kenzie, Gothard again. Day put an arm in it, might have just draped a little high. And 27 disposals for the night.
Off to Callahan, links it up with Clayton Oliver. Back to Bedford. Kick and hope up
Just
to half
bombing
forward.
it forward, man.
Himself. He wore one. Toby was quite happy to give away the free kick and exercise a bit more of the frustration.
It's going to take a couple down.
Walking the line, guys.
There is nothing subtle about that.
It's a very fine line.
It's called 1983. It's fun to watch, though.
Battle jabs that ball up the line. Day had it spoiled. McDonald got dragged off it. It's a terrific tackle laid by Taylor. And the Giants are going to combine to bring it away. Fonte links it up with Clayton Oliver on the burst. Brown, who did his job changing the course of the game, but he set Bedford up something terrible there.
As much as Sam Mitchell would be happy to, I mean, Adam Kingsley would take a fair bit out of this tonight.
Yeah, and it's been a courageous battle.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost 2 players to serious injury in the second term. They have fought hard, the Giants.
And the moving of the magnets, it did get him to have a look at a few different things, didn't it?
And they'll have to continue to do that, Hutto, for the rest of this year.
Gothard's just had his 10th disposal of the quarter. Off to Oliver. Probes away again. High ball. Briggs at least has been a legitimate target. And Stringer's had a lot of almost moments. Whacks away and the wrong set of goals. And that's the kind of night it's been largely for Jake Stringer.
So 19 points They've got as far as 43 in that third term. Lewis presented, couldn't mark.
I got him.
Oliver missed the first hand pass. Ash tidies up. Whitfield guides the kick. Briggs has got his hands to a couple, hasn't been able to hold on to them.
Oh.
Amon dispossessed. Cadman around to Cornelio, off to Gothard, hangs it high. Stringer going with the flight, takes the mark. And surely he will kick the goal here. It's just a little late in the piece.
Yeah, well, he's had, as you rightly point out, a nilly night.
Around the corner he comes. And Jake Stringer will ensure he doesn't go goalless. And the margin gets tighter still. There's going to be no reward for it, but the wholehearted nature with which the Giants have attacked the second half is there for us to see on the scoreboard.
Yeah, percentage is actually quite low for Hawthorn at 113, but it's most likely immaterial because they had the draw, so unless they're contending with Collingwood or there's another one amongst the contenders, it might not mean much.
14-8, the inside 50s in the last term in favour of the Giants. They finally started to get a bit of territory. Unfortunately, 2 goals 4 and not the other way around. If it was 4 goals 2, we're going to kick in it. So they have fought hard right to the very end here. And it looks like they'll probably just run out of time.
Yeah, what he wouldn't give for another few minutes on the clock, and he's one of those AFL timekeeping errors. Sorry, Swanee. Alia taps it down. His body's still everywhere there. So that'll lead into the seconds that are left. Meek directs it to Newcomb. One last hurrah for the Hawks. Iden and Chol. And the push and the shove. McDonald just sneaks in, works in with Lewis. They creep a little closer. It's not going to be deemed a mark. Dalton fed it through Ginnivan. Again from that last line, Callahan. And Dylan Moore, the ball found him. And he might come close to using all the remaining seconds that are left in this game. Not going to look his best at the end of the night, that's for sure, Dylan Moore. 4 goals last week. Hasn't been able to hit the scoreboard tonight for Sam Mitchell. He's a bit more relaxed about things now. The margin is 13. I think they'd rather have a 3-goal win than a 2. But the most important thing is the victory for the Hawks. Dylan Moore to determine the final margin. He finishes with a behind, and the Hawks are able to definitively finish the Giants season in the elimination final last year. Might just about have done the same
GWS
tonight
are
with
done.
the injury toll that has been inflicted on the evening. The Hawks without the Wizard in the second half, but they get home by 14 points.
Done. So look at the stats showing.
Solidified third spot, creep within 6 points of the Sydney Swans, as comparing Warwounds, Max Krzyzewski and Nick Watson.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the injury toll to come out of this one is. But it's a win based on 3/4 of clearance and territory dominance. Just smashed them in the clearances. They squared the clearances and won the territory.
Good game, Oliver.
The Giants, but it was too late, unfortunately.
Newcomb, 13
54
clearances.
to 29 clearances overall. That is an absolute pounding, and 65 to 40, the inside 50s.
He's 40.
A lot of big ball getters. The Giants, Oliver with 34, Callahan 34, Whitfield 33. John Newcomb the best with 31 for the Hawks, and Will Day with 27. Mightn't be necessarily the prettiest of wins, but it was efficient workmanlike in the end, I think, from a Hawthorn perspective.
Cameron Mooney downstairs with Blake Hardwick.
Yeah, we're just cruising over here, guys. Well, Blake, turned out you just said there, it's been a little bit different from last week, just from the weather and all those type of things, the conditions, but got another great result.
Yeah, it was a good game. They came hard in the end, and it was nice to hold them off. But yeah, different conditions. We had Gold Coast last week. It was pretty humid and hot, and I think we come out tonight and it was about 9 degrees. So a bit different, but glad the glad the boys got the job done.
Talk about the boys through the midfield. Again, they've just, their last couple of weeks in particular after the break, they've just completely obliterated the other opposition through the middle.
Yeah, we had a few problems in centre bounce earlier in the year, and we've picked that up. And as you said, the boys have been dominating in there, and it makes it easier as a back to not be defending from centre bounce. And I think Will Day's been pretty handy in there as well. He's a pretty good player.
Well, explain to us, what does he mean to the footy club when he is up and going?
You see it on the field stuff, but it's not just on the field. He's a genuine leader off the field, and he does it naturally, and he just makes everyone around him better. So, yeah, it's been unbelievable to have him back.
We'll get rid of the boring football stuff. Let's talk about you and Toby. What was going on there?
I think he threw a little elbow back, so I just thought I'd...
Is there a bit of history there, or was it today was just one of those days?
No, we played on each other a few times, so and then I got to know him a bit over the Origin, so he's actually a good fella.
How funny is it though when you do play those games? You've got obviously a perception of someone, and you play it against, and then you meet them, you go, geez, he's not actually a bad bloke.
Yeah, I think we've got a few like that on our own team. So, yeah, it was good to match up on him again. And he went through the midfield a bit late in the second half. So I think he played pretty well. So, yeah.
We've got a little vision, third quarter, when they got a run on, and you guys as a back group were getting together, and Jai Newcomb come running down and just had a little bit of a word to the back group. Do you know what was said? Do you remember what was said?
I don't remember exactly, but we were getting a bit lazy as backs. We gave him a few second marks inside 50 and gave him easy shots at goal. So he was pretty disappointed, and that's what leaders do. And he was into us a bit.
You didn't tell us, hey, push off back to your own group, mate?
Nah, it's good when it comes down. I like it.
All right, brother, go and enjoy it. Well done, brother.
Can smile about it now. The Hawks, I think a few of the Hawks spent a couple of extra days on the Gold Coast enjoying the warmer temperatures, so it was a bit of a contrast tonight.
Why wouldn't you spend time up there if you got the opportunity? But it was a very brisk night, slippery conditions. They were able to get on top early, the Hawks, and build up enough of a lead. Yeah, they're still a work in progress, still working out. As you can see them just consolidating that third spot, making all those teams below them chase now. But they're still working out what the best formula is. Did they play? They played the extra tall tonight. I don't know if that's something they're going to go with going forward. The two ruckmen plus the three tall forwards makes life a little difficult when it's on the ground, but they keep experimenting with it.
Back to you, Moons.
Well, Josh, we're just having a laugh, just saying you kind of made it hard for yourselves a bit there. You got out to 43 points, and all of a sudden you're looking at the score late, and you're like, geez, a bit closer than we thought.
Yeah, mate, they come hard late. We obviously know they're a quality outfit, so you have to beat your best to beat them. We have to respond. They touched us up early in the year, so yeah, it was good to get one back on them.
Just saw you and the coach give each other a bit of a hug and a bit of a chat. All good?
Yeah, no, all good, all good.
Does he give you anything there?
Mate, he's a good man. He was having a joke with me and play Hardwick then, so.
Right, tell us about this midfield group at the moment. Just watching Jai just run across there, and I just said to him, if they were giving an award away at the end of the year for the most clearances, he'd be dominating that because he's just flying at the moment.
Mate, yeah, he's a star. I mean, getting to watch him each week, the way he trains, his comfort ball in hand, he's unbelievable. So, yeah, to have Daisy back as well, it's a big inclusion for us.
What about Nick Watson there that first half? I spoke to him at half-time, and he goes, oh, I've done a bit of a hamstring. Still managed to kick a couple of goals in the second.
Yeah, mate. He's having a really good year. He was having a laugh on the bench before, but no, I think he's all good.
How's life at Hawthorn, brother?
Yeah, mate, it's amazing. Great club, loving my time here. We've got a great cohort down back, so yeah, it's a really good club.
All right, Josh, go and enjoy it, mate.
He's certainly playing his part, isn't he, in defence. Plenty of experience back there with James Sicily and Tom Barris, who brought up the ground a bit tonight to pretty good effect at times by Cabman and co.
And they did get scored against quite regularly, so 22 scores from their 40 inside 50s. That's a really good conversion percentage. Just didn't get enough of it forward, unfortunately, from a Giants perspective. But again, we said they were too short. Halfway through the second quarter, they lost two players, Kuchevsky and Daniels, within a minute of each other, and that made life really tough, but they refused to lie down, the Giants, and they fought it right out.
Just the contrast for Jai Newcomb in that opening round loss to the Giants. He had just 4 contested possessions in that game, 25 touches, but 4 contested possessions. Tonight he's had 20 contested possessions.
Yeah, and 14 clearances.
14 of them were clearances.
That's an extraordinary number, isn't it? I guess the big watch now from a Hawthorn perspective is what do they do with Nick Watson? Do you rest hamstring tightness? Can they afford to do that? I mean, they can't risk him. But Melbourne gave them a good old going over earlier in the year as well, so that's a big game for them.
Yeah, and then the Blues, who, as we know, and as the Giants discovered last week, have found some form. They can win again this week. That could be 6 in a row heading into that game.
Enormous, isn't it?
To the hooded coach. And then the Tigers and the Bombers. So that's part of it, as we said, deemed to be the easiest run home from here. Meeting the D's next week, who, as Jason said, took care of them here at the MCG earlier in the season.
Launceston's a good venue for it, isn't it, for the Hawks?
Well, it is. And I mean, I know the D's have lost a couple in recent weeks, but their form actually hasn't been that bad. They've been playing tough teams and being very, very competitive. So they'll back themselves to take it to the Hawks again after getting hold of them earlier in the year. There's Brent Daniels on the crutches. We can only keep our fingers crossed for the best possible outcome on a short stint on the sidelines, but there will be a stint on the sidelines, unfortunately, and it looks like an even longer one for Max Kuchevsky.
So 6 and 9 with that draw, Hutto. Fremantle, the hot hands. Geelong, who they have a good record against. Sydney's the local derby, but they're going to have to get a win besides the Essendon game in that stretch.
A couple of wins in a row off the bye now for the Hawks, whereas the Giants inflicted their 3rd consecutive loss after things had looked more positive for them going into the bye. So you can turn your season one way or the other, it seems. For the Hawks, it's upward at the moment. Still some real quality to come back into the team with Gunston, Impey and Weddle. A couple of winless games here this year.
Oh, fuck, no.
Back on the winners list tonight and in 3rd place. .14 win to the Hawks. Seems the coach enjoyed that one, getting in amongst it, Sam Mitchell. All right.
Thank you. Catch you tomorrow on the YouTube. Want to keep watching? Jump over to Kick. We're going to listen to some Spotify.
Already got 7.
All that business.
The FIFA World Cup meal at Macca's is here. Score a free cup with 6 to collect.
See you in a minute.
I grew up in a small country town called Northampton. Mum was one of 4 girls.
That's it for the